Alrighty, guys. We're here with podcast number 10. We're here with Mikey, Chris, Riff, and Ricky, and me as the host.
Yeah!
Or producer, not the host.
But
here we go.
Special claps for our guest, Mikey.
Yes. Thank you for being here. All right, I just want to start off our first topic. We're going to go on this transition. We made multiple viral channels.
Ooh, so Mikey, this is a big, I think one of the most interesting things that people may or may not know about us or a backstory. I don't even know if you necessarily know.
The OGs know.
Yeah, so basically what, Ricky and I started Retro Liberty back in the day. We had a channel, we did really well with it, ended up deleting it. And through time, I met Mikey. And Mikey, maybe you can kind of go into the story how kind of we got brought into meeting each other. And then the big part that Curtis talked about, we've created, maybe we'll have to talk about it once we get deep. I don't know how many millions of views, mega viral, to the point where they'd be on the trending pages above like the Logan Pauls, the Jake Pauls. Those numbers were, we were sometimes like 4 million. There was a time, but go ahead.
And like still nobody knows me, even though we have millions of views, But see, like we started off doing like the nursery rhyme channels.
Yeah.
Where like we actually started doing like Disney kid cover songs.
Yep.
I guess the first one was like a Moana cover song that we did.
I would say that's the first one that went viral.
Yeah, that one went super viral, and like I dressed up as Maui and everything, dude.
I'd say let's take it back even more to tell them how like I was reaching out for a company for like a media type job, right? Like an editing type job.
Yeah.
I get brought in. And were you there at the time I got brought in? Or did you get brought in right after me?
I got brought in like to kind of replace you.
That's right, but I never really left, kind of, and then I did
You
shortly.
stayed there for a little bit, then you came back, and like you were doing like marketing and stuff like that, like marketing videos and stuff like that, and then he ended up teaching me a bunch of editing stuff. That's where I learned the most. Like I went to school, but like I learned more with him, like just teaching me right there. So he could be a college professor if you wanted to.
You heard it here first.
I've been telling
Ricky,
if this doesn't work out, bro, you know where to go.
Ricky, I
Go
taught you to
teach
edit. You owe me money now.
I've been telling Riff
monthly.
I've been telling Riff for a long time now, just to make a master class. I mean, he literally knows. He really could. I'm Final Cut Pro for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't know much about Microsoft, I bet.
Final Cut Pro is my thing.
Yeah, but like you started off doing like the marketing videos and stuff like that.
Yep.
And like that's what like I was supposed to do, but I guess like our boss at that time. Boy's still the same one.
Yeah.
He kind of wanted to make money off of YouTube.
Shocking. A businessman.
Shocking. Yeah. He's like, hey, how can we make money off of YouTube? Let's just start a bunch of channels and see what hits. And I think like the first one we started doing was like a Minecraft type channel where we started doing like the realistic hands in the Minecraft. I don't know if you guys ever saw those videos, but they used to be hot.
We should explain it because they're pretty interesting. So we would take gameplay footage, right, like
of Minecraft,
like in a first-person view where you can't see hands or anything, and you're just walking, right? But then we would go green screen ourselves talking and film our hands doing whatever is in the game.
We'd have a knife or something in there.
Have a knife. I think I did like the voice of like Elsa sometimes. Like we did a whole bunch of stuff.
Iron Man, Hulk.
Yeah, that was the Hulk voice.
What were the name of these channels?
So Realistic Gaming is the one that's still around and still prominent, which we'll definitely get to.
Yeah.
They just passed over 1 million subscribers, by the way.
Whoa!
And like I said, still nobody knows us.
Yeah, we're all still part of it.
You're all still a part of it.
We're all still part of this.
Yeah.
And you still make content for it?
He makes more on that one now.
Yeah,
still.
like we're still doing content right now. Like that's like literally like my main job right now. Yeah, like the main focus is doing that, like doing like the videos on there and like doing like the thumbnails and doing the social media and everything else that comes with it. Like that's the main money maker.
Yep.
But like we'll get into it more. You know, like how you said how that's like a viral channel, but we only concentrated on viral stuff. And it kind of affected us in a good way and a bad way.
Let's get into that in a second because I know and that's a good topic.
Yeah.
That is a very good topic.
And a lot of people could learn from it too.
Totally, because there's there's a business way to do YouTube, right? With like a business mind. So how many channels do you think we launched overall?
We had,
which, by the way, during this time, Pixel Game Squad was launched as a channel called Superhero Game Squad. But how many do you think we launched overall?
See, like the first one was Realistic Gaming, and then we had like 3 different like nursery rhyme channels, but it was like kid channels, like on YouTube, like the Learn Colors and like Learn stuff like that is really big. And at that time, like they were kind of loose, like with like how much they paid on those videos.
Oh my god!
Like now it's different because like now they have like the YouTube Kids, and like they don't pay as much. Like they pay like a percentage of that. I think like 20% of what they used to pay before. So like we started making like videos of of us teaching kids their colors.
I was always the narrator. This color
Awesome
is
voice.
blue. Now, kids, that's red. Always.
I learned all
day I
my
would do that.
colors because of Riff. Honestly,
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
I used to be colorblind
Gabo
until
still
those
watches it, hoping
videos.
to learn.
Yo, some kid out there is gonna be like, I recognize that voice.
Somewhere. But so I'd say, yeah, we probably launched a total of like, I'd say in like the kids realm of kids channels, like
3 or 4
learning,
different ones.
nursery rhymes. Yeah, like 3 or 4 different.
Yeah.
One we had at the time really launched off.
Crazy
And
Fun Kids.
It was called Crazy Fun Kids. There's nothing of it out there now. You can't even find like a reminiscence of it existing. But that was the one that went completely viral when we're talking viral.
Yeah.
To the point where we'd be like, dude, we'd go to massages. We'd go to like, go out to like do dinners
We
together.
thought we were gonna be rich.
We're like, no, literally, we're like, this is it. Like we
made it.
to the point where every video that would go out, we're sitting there and it's like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 20 million within a day. And we're just like, oh my gosh. And what Mikey was referring to earlier, where it really cracked, is when we started doing Moana cover songs.
So what happened to it?
So this is during the time when YouTube, there was a lot of weird kids channels that started coming out.
But
like,
doing nasty stuff. Like
doing
they were
nasty-
doing nasty stuff. Like we weren't doing like the nasty stuff.
we were doing dumb
like,
stuff.
It's super dumb.
But they were doing like nasty stuff, like Frozen, Elsa,
And
crushes
Spider-Man.
on Spider-Man, underwear, playtime. It's like, okay, creepy.
and they do like sexual
weirdo.
stuff in there.
So
It's
YouTube
weird.
basically put out like a broad ban after. I think we lasted for like 8 months of that, riding high, like really high
Yeah.
on the YouTube world. Literally on YouTube trending pages above these big names. They're getting 4 million. We're looking at ours. It's 20, 30 million on some of them. And we all of a sudden, they took down everybody who was doing kid stuff if you were an adult, right? So we
and
were-
dressed up as like the character.
Yes.
As
we
a
would
thing.
be like dressed up as Spider-Man and Hulk, like playing the guitar and singing, you know, like Daddy
Nothing bad,
finger.
by the
Yeah.
way. Nothing bad. It was
And they took down everyone and they were like, hey, don't worry about it. Like, we'll get you guys remonetized. And during that time, it was just a weird time, maybe like, what, 5 years ago?
yeah, it has to be. I would say like 4 years ago or so. Yeah, somewhere around
They
there.
never ended up remonetizing us. And we just went by the wayshower.
But the thing is, like if we were patient, we would have gotten monetized again.
I know, we weren't. Well,
Because now we actually monetize like a nursery rhyme channel that we had that like we actually still have like a few videos going, and I tried to monetize it again and it worked, and we were like, oh my god, we should have just been patient.
yeah, we have like 30 videos of like well-made like nursery rhymes for kids to like learn counting and songs and stuff. They're like well-made, just like sitting there. So it was a really interesting. Yeah, we weren't patient though at the time because again, the boss that we worked with, he was
That was a
very,
main money
he very
maker.
much wanted that money. Now, what's the next thing? He's a businessman by all means, very successful. But like, I want the money now. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Let's
What
move
was
on.
your guys' like big first reaction when you saw those numbers hit, like the millions? What were you guys doing?
Literally idiots.
Yeah, we're just being dumb. But like we were excited though because we were like, yo, we're gonna live the dream.
Yeah,
YouTubers.
our big thing. Ricky has heard
YouTubers.
us say it all the time. Throw it up.
Throw it up. Yeah,
We'd
yeah.
finish a video and immediately throw it up, throw it up. Like,
Throw it
is
up,
it
it's
done?
gonna crack no
Is it
matter
finished?
what.
Who cares? Next, boom, boom, it cracked. 5 million. Next video, go, throw it up. Next video. Oh my god, this one hit viral too. Like, it was I remember going to pizza with me and our buddy Ralph, just like sitting there like. We were like, I remember we were like super like dieting at the time too, and like
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all,
Trying to
like,
get in
fit,
shape.
feeling good, and we're like eating pizza like
Because we're gonna be famous
We're
at
gonna
that
be
time, you
kings.
know. So we're like, let's get in shape.
yeah.
So how disappointing was it when that all kind of came to a halt then?
It wasn't disappointing. It was scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
But you were
Because-
relying on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Oh,
was like
wow.
literally like the moneymaker. That's how we got paid. So like once they took it away, like everybody was panicking on YouTube. Honestly, like the people that did that, everybody was like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do now?"
Yeah.
Do gaming
We
channel.
should have done it in Spanish.
Oh, dang. Yeah, Mikey. Mikey knows Spanish.
You guys should have came in together and
Es
done like
verdad.
dual narration.
Es verdad,
in
sí sé
Spanish.
español.
We still could.
Hey, it's
But
never
right
too late.
now,
I told
let's
you we have
test
one monetized.
Ricky's skills right now. Sing me Old MacDonald Had a Farm one round in Spanish. Go. No thinking.
I gotta think.
The first rule.
Now the real question
No
is,
thinking,
Mikey,
bro.
could you do it?
What?
Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
Oh, McDonald's had a
all he's doing,
McDonald's and
all he's doing is
McDonald's.
putting an accent.
Donald-
Old MacDonald.
Viejo Donald. El
Viejo-
viejo.
Because old is viejo.
Viejo don.
There you go, see?
tiene
Pedro. Then you gotta think
oh my
about
god.
it.
Okay. You know what? Maybe we do gotta think about it. Maybe he's right. I understand now. I get
He
it
said,
now.
"Oh my
I get
god!"
it.
I was like, "Okay."
Now today, would you go down that same route as creating a kids channel to generate funds?
Knowing that like it would get monetized now, yes, but I think the videos would be like more, like way better now. You know, because like let's say like we were making the same amount of money that we were at that time, then like the equipment would have gotten better, like the studio we had would have gotten better, like everything, like the quality of the videos would be way better, and we try to teach kids like real things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
instead
that
of just colors and numbers, we did like 20 learn colors
You guys had
videos.
Mark the Shark.
Yeah.
We even bought. Oh yeah,
You
we
guys bought Mark the Shark. I forgot about that.
Custom giant costume.
And Mark the
called
Shark's not even a
Shark.
real thing.
We made it. And
Mark the Shark is ours.
And it did good. We bought a big giant shark and put an M, like a bow tie, like almost like Donkey Kong, with a big M on it. And he would just do the dances. Hey, oh, Johnny.
And instead of baby shark, it's Mark the Shark.
That was our big thing.
Oh my.
Why don't you explain the difference? Because I think this is huge. And you and I have been down a crazy road together with YouTube marketing, virality, of the difference between we run Pixel Game Squad. You can see the 100,000 subscriber plaque back there. You guys in Realistic Gaming got the 1 million subscriber plaque just recently as well.
Around the same time is it was almost like the same day that it
Yeah, really
It was
cool.
cool.
But explain the difference in what you see in terms of viewership and average views versus revenue versus like what the difference is there. Us running 100,000 people, you running at 1 million.
Okay, so the biggest difference is that like the channel that hit 1 million is like we concentrate on viral stuff all the time. So like let's say there's like a scary video that's going around, like we'll go and watch it, react to it, or if there's like a new scary game, like we'll go and play it. And like the thing is that like going after viral stuff all the time, you kind of like go up with the trend, but you also die with the trend. So it's like we'll have like a few videos that'll go super viral, like we'll get like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million views. But then once that trend is over, like the next video we put up is not gonna get those type of views. So it's like literally like we'll put up a video and like you guys could actually see like on our channel, like we'll have a video that'll be like, okay, in one day it got like 30,000 views or something. Then the next video will be like, we only got 1,000 views in a day, you know, or like I think like 2 days ago we did like a Roblox video and only got like 800 views in a day.
Wow.
Off of 1 million subscribers. That's the problem, you know. So it's like if you concentrate on like trying to do viral stuff all the time, it's not gonna end up working out.
Yeah.
Unless you're constantly doing it. So it's like there's times where we're like, all right, we're cracking right now. It's like, oh, okay, the channel is saved. Yes, we're good again.
Yeah.
And then like the trend is over, and we're like, oh my god, we're gonna be fired.
That
we're
is
gonna
like
have to live
such
outside.
a roller coaster. Like
Super roller coaster.
what's nice
Oh,
about their
God.
channel, I would say, is that they get residual views. So
Yeah.
like they could just put it up and they just have people pump it in. But like if you have viral content, people are only going to it for the now.
Exactly. So like we have like the other problem is that we didn't really concentrate on building a community.
Oh,
That's the thing where like we messed up on that channel is like as the channel's growing, we didn't really like cherish like the community of people that were coming like all the time, like you guys do on the other channel, Pixel Game Squad. Like the community there is strong. Like your titles like sometimes don't even have to do anything with gaming and you'll still get like 40,000, 50,000 views because the people come back to your videos because they know you and like you built the community and like you actually care about the community.
Totally.
So that's the biggest difference is like going after viral videos and then like trying to build the community is like two completely different ways of doing it. But the best way to do it is to build a community because no matter what, like if you don't have a viral video, it's cool. You still have that group of people that are going to come and support you no matter what.
Yeah.
So if you guys are thinking about starting a new channel, you guys as well, you know, like just concentrate on the community.
Pixel Plus. That's kind of what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the best way to do it.
We could easily go for the easy low-hanging fruit topics, right? Like we really could. They're
Yeah.
so easy.
Whatever's hot.
Whatever's hot, we could, but we're just like, let's just talk about what the community, what we actually talk about in our day-to-day when we're here hanging out.
And it's cool to sprinkle it in too, you know?
Yeah, here and there, you know. What
Yeah.
has been the most like viral thing for you? I know recently the big viral for you was like the Grimace birthday stuff. But it
All the
was.
Grimace shake stuff. See,
some of that stuff
And,
is
like-
sus.
But it's what was
super
viral for them.
sus, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I actually poured like some shake on me and everything. And like we came out the room, me and Junior came out the room. and like I have like all this white shake on me. They're like, what were you guys doing in there? Like, our channel's dying, man.
We'll do anything it takes.
We do anything.
What was the highest of the high? What was your topic? Because
Well-
like there was Minecraft, there was Roblox, there was like
Well,
Thomas the Train, SpongeBob. What
yeah,
was like the number one?
Like right now, like the thing that always cracks for us is if we do like a Cursed Thomas, which is like Thomas the Train. But I don't know if you guys seen Cursed Thomas. If you guys
have
don't,
not.
Yes, I have. It's kind of scary where it like
it's creepy.
all of a sudden it just pops up at
Like
you,
creepy
dude.
pasta type stuff and
It's
Yeah.
Thomas the Train, but he's a spider, and like his head actually comes out like if it's like a
oh yeah, it does that like
an
wavy
elephant
motion.
trunk and everything. That always cracks for us on that channel, you know. And like I don't really talk about that outside the office about Cursed Thomas, but here we are. I'm telling the world. Cursed Thomas. Go look it up.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty interesting because like when I was younger, like watching YouTube, I used to watch like the EXE videos or like
Those were huge, dude.
they were huge, and I used to love them. And then like that's kind of where like our channel went.
Creepy pastas and exe. It's
Yeah, creepypastas.
It's interesting with channels too because sometimes your channel will be decided by what YouTube decides for you. I see
yeah.
people, they're doing a video, then all of a sudden they do a video about like the history of whatever, the Bible. And then all of a sudden that goes viral and they do another video like, the history of the book of John. And that goes viral and they're like, I guess I'm of the history of
You're a
this
Bible channel now.
Yep, like that happens.
That's
to
how
channels
YouTube is.
all the time. You will find out what your audience wants from you. We found out from us, Pixel Game Squad, our other channel. We tried a million other things. We did it. We did gameplay. We did this. We did reviews. We did people want game hunting.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's what they want.
Luckily for us, that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
So 11 years later, me and Ricky out there every Saturday morning, except this Saturday morning.
Oh,
Going
yeah.
to an expo.
Ooh,
And did you say that is like your main gig? That's what you do?
That's like the main
Full-time?
thing I do over there at the office is like manage like the YouTube channels and then also do a little bit of marketing and photography for like the company right there because it's like the office is literally like the YouTube office that we have is just a little corner and then we have a big warehouse of like where like the company sells other stuff like car audio stuff and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I also help them with the marketing and like the social media that they have and all that.
Because I think I saw you pop up randomly in a feed of mine the other day. You were selling like
Probably an ad.
it was an ad.
I didn't want to do
Yeah,
the ad,
and I was like, that's
but it's
Mikey.
doing well.
It was random. Like it wasn't because I was on your page or anything. I forget what I was on.
Yeah.
But I think you were selling like it was like soundproof.
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
battery stuff. And it was a long video, and I
We're not
watched it. It was
sponsored, by the
really
way.
good.
Yeah.
Not sponsored, and like I don't get anything from that, but like I helped them out because they wanted somebody.
The company that took us on to kind of do the media stuff, their main thing is like car stuff.
Okay.
So we would help them. That's what I was doing originally. They wanted me to be the face of like cardio stuff, and I'm like,
That's
I'll be
what
the
they wanted-
host because I can read teleprompters well, but I don't know crap about car audio.
That's exactly what I told him. I was like, I'll do it, but the thing is that like I'm not passionate about it. I don't know anything about it. But if you talk to me about nerd stuff,
You just
yeah,
have
that's
to,
different.
You just have to read it with the Pioneer 720X comes with 20 subwoofers.
and I did a
power.
pretty good job doing it.
Yeah, see, you got
You,
that.
you were great in it.
Did you almost
I
buy
watched
one?
the whole thing.
Did you buy one though?
I was
you
like,
watched the
that's
whole
pretty
thing?
good.
You
If I
didn't
was
buy
like,
one though?
well, I don't
Yeah,
have
you
like.
suck.
Yo, just to wrap this
The product sucks.
oh no! All right, just to wrap this one up, what were those channels again that you wanted to?
Realistic gaming is like the main one, and if you guys go under, it's probably not going to be your type of content.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it's for like a younger crowd, and like most of our crowd is actually from like India.
Sweet.
And like Pakistan, Mexico, it's super random.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's like 35% US, and then the rest is like all over the world.
International, baby. That's all. that
International. So if I go to Pakistan, hey,
Dude, you might meet some people. All righty, guys, we're gonna transition to a new game that's called Guess That Value.
Oh no, I'm scared. We're all in a room
And-
with a store owner, so I'm a little nervous about this.
Yeah,
I don't know though. We'll
No,
see.
we're gonna
ask
do
questions.
his favorite console, N64.
Ooh.
It's
I'm
a-
pretty good in touch with the values, but not as much as I used to be. So we'll see.
So how it works is Curtis.
So it's not about pops.
It's not about Pops,
not about
Mikey.
Pop.
We'll get to that. I
I
promise.
just play.
Curtis is going to be giving us what the
game
what the
is.
games are, and we don't know the games. We don't look up anything.
All right.
He's just let me unlock this. Are you going to be using this for video or just?
I would actually love to use it because I want to use price charting on there, the
Okay.
pricecharting.com.
Get you with pricecharting.com.
Oh, pricecharting.com.
Yeah.
One of our sponsors, by the way.
One of
Yeah.
our sponsors. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
actually, you can read yourself into it if you would like.
I mean, since we're talking about them, they are one of our sponsors. They do have a lot of new things that's on their site right now, which is a lot more than just games. They used to be categories. Yeah, they used to just be video game price charts. They actually go by pricecharting.com now. So they have comics on there. They have sports cards. They
Magic.
have trading cards, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Garbage Pail.
Garbage Pail Kids, coins. So all of that, and, they're pulling data from, I believe, eBay, maybe even Amazon is on there. So
They're
you can,
expanding.
Yeah, they're expanding.
Which is smart
So-
because, again, as we say, collectors of not just one thing. It's way more simple to be able to go and look it up. And I've been utilizing it to my benefit lately. Like when I go into swap meet, I'm like, okay, I can go on pixelgamesquad.com, look up multiple things.
Yes.
And even learn about other
I'm
things.
telling you,
know
man,
about.
I've been using that U.S. coin currency thing, and I'm
Really?
loving it.
Have
Yeah.
you really?
Yeah, dude, because I want to know what coins are, man.
That's
I'm telling
one
you,
thing-
there's such good value in looking up coins.
I know zero about coins.
Really?
But when we were
Just
at that
collect 'em.
estate sale the other day, there was coins
There was coins. Even
Yeah.
when I was out
a lot of money in
swap
that.
meeting at
Yeah.
Santa Fe Springs, I was looking at pennies for like a good 10 minutes.
Who calls
Oh.
it swap meeting?
I'm
I was
sorry.
out swap meeting.
SNES, dog. My bad.
So will you
It's
use
trademark now. It's
You'll
trademark.
use video game price charts for coins then?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like I just want to look up things and just kind of just trying to see like what I would know, right? Like it's just nice to try to find things and try to price them out.
Nice.
And remember, pricecharting.com. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank
Yeah,
All right,
all right.
Curtis, sweeten us up, baby.
All right, so for our audio listeners, I will say the game, but I want to make sure like you guys kind of have a little bit of a comment on the game too as well. So the first one's gonna be Mario Kart 64.
Oh,
Mario, let's let Ricky go first. Ricky, what do you think Mario Kart 64 is worth?
I think
Cart-
it's worth
Cart only, right?
Yes,
Cart
always
loose.
cart only.
Everything's loose.
okay,
Everything's
$34.
$34.
It's gonna be
So
the closest.
specific.
I'm
It's almost like you know.
Hey,
I'm gonna say $36.99.
Oh,
I know what it is in my store, but I don't know what that.
75.
So lower than that.
No, we actually use video game price charts, so I believe it's like $42.99.
oh, wow.
Dude.
I believe.
this is gonna be great, Mikey. You gotta
Obviously, it's like $28.
All right.
Mikey's going low.
All right, we're
Is this like Price is Right though?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
can-
So the
can-
closest, I'm gonna do the scores.
But if
We're
you
gonna-
Closest
go over,
without going
lose.
over?
you can go
Yeah.
under and over. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
got
the
it.
closest in value. All right, we're
That's
gonna
why I
go.
went low.
All righty.
You don't have to
So
look up every single. You didn't look them up before, Curtis?
I did. But I just want to show how you were using
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Curtis-
It's a sponsor.
So it looks like $34.96 is the price.
Who said
you say?
34?
34.
34,
35.99.
Rick.
Yeah.
Oh, if
works there.
If you would have put the 99, you would have been winner.
Oh, Ricky, we got one
Yes,
for you.
go.
All right,
Ricky
the next
won.
one we're gonna do is Mortal
Get
Kombat.
that exactly.
All right, we're gonna do the next one is Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
Ooh. Which oh, yeah. Okay, good. Never mind.
On N64.
Oh, and 64.
I was going to say what consoles.
All right, Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I don't necessarily like this game. Then again, I haven't liked Mortal Kombat really since after the first few, and now I like the newest series.
Yeah, the
I didn't
newest ones are
I
awesome.
didn't really like them after the Genesis until I've
Oh man, I love Mortal Kombat.
know,
I love it.
I know.
Wait, is your game or what?
I'm gonna say Mortal.
Yeah, I love to play it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say 27.
That's literally what I was going to say.
All right,
Yeah, me
Ricky,
too, me
gotta
too.
do- You guys all can't do the same thing.
Yeah, be quiet, Mike.
High lows. Here we go. So 27.
That's
25.75.
All right,
Me?
Mikey. Yep.
I'm gonna go with 28.
Oh.
All right.
31.99.
I would say that Ricky wins this one again.
Dang, Ricky.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
What is it?
Look at that.
What is it?
It is 21.52. Like I put it on here, so he's the closest.
Dang.
Dang, you guys suck. I
What
love
did you
it.
guess? 24?
And you own
I don't
a
even
store.
Yo.
Oh, 25.
Who really owns the store here?
All right, so the next one we're gonna do is Pokemon Stadium 2.
Oh. Let's let Mikey
That
go
has to
first.
be
Mikey,
higher.
go,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
come
has
on,
to be
Mikey.
high.
Let Mikey go first.
All right, Mikey, let's go.
I'm gonna say $35.24.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Remember what you said though.
I forgot already. What is it? No, just play it. Just play it.
Do you like Pokemon Stadium?
I have a
Look at
Pokemon
your
shirt
bro.
on.
That was the biggest dodge I've ever heard. That was like when the Ricky dodging the ninja games.
Strider.
What's better? We're like, what's better,
I
Ninja
love
Gaiden or what was it, Shinobi? And he's like,
Strider.
Strider's a really good game.
Nice.
We asked him what he thought about the border crisis, and he said, I just love tacos.
All right, so Chris, what do we got?
What did you guess? 34?
34, 20 something.
I'm going to go 41.99.
Alrighty.
43.
Where's Ricky at?
I'm going to go 44.
It's probably that.
All right, so who was the highest?
I was
You were 40.
44.
No, it was $65, guys.
Wow.
Where were we at
Damn.
today? Well, actually, on here it says now it's on average of 61, but still,
Dang, that's spiked.
Dang.
dude, it's going
So
crazy.
does that mean I still won? I'm 3 for 3.
Now-
I think so.
Now I know this is one of Riff's favorite games to play, so we're gonna go San Francisco Rush.
Oh.
Okay, San Francisco Rush, fantastic game. If you haven't played San Francisco Rush, please play
Definitely
that.
haven't. I haven't.
You have not? It's
Nah.
one of the better racing games
Yeah?
out there. Absolutely.
Okay,
Ricky
okay.
and I.
On arcade, it's awesome too.
It's so good.
The sit-down arcade machine is
I'm
incredible.
going to go $16.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Where are you at, Ricky?
I'm at $12.75.
See, I'm going.
18.
Oh, okay.
18.
All right.
I think it's harder.
I'm going off of Ricky's numbers now, so I'm gonna say 15.
Oh, I think Mikey got it on the dot, guys.
15.
Yeah.
Wow, all you do
Hey.
is milk off Ricky. Though.
Oh, I know. I was like, Riff's about to win
I'm
this
playing
one.
the game, man. I'm trying to win.
All right, the next one is a fan favorite. It is Super Smash Brothers.
Hey.
Let's
That's
have
my
Chris
favorite
go.
game.
Go ahead, Chris. How much judge in store for it?
Man, I should know. 37. I'm gonna go.
I love that a store owner. He's just like,
There's a reason you pay for
He's going
employees.
lower on the price. too.
Employees doing this all the time.
I'm gonna say $40. And by the way, I love Smash
Pretty good.
Brothers. That's my favorite game of all time.
I'm going to go 39.
Ooh, all around me.
What'd you do?
I did 40.
40, 39, 37.
I think it's like at 35, but I'm just gonna go with 42.
dang, guys.
Give me
Whoever
one.
was closest to this one. Did I
Give
put
me
it in
one.
wrong?
Come on.
Oh, Curtis
Hey,
is trash.
Flopping.
Oh, but I have it on here as $33. Is the
Let's
average.
go. I got one.
I might have
Let's
trashed
go.
What did you say?
37.
Oh,
You guys all went higher than me.
it's 35, but I sure do.
I'm actually loving this because I'm loving the reactions. Like he's just so
I got
off.
none, bro. Remember, I collect fun, all right? I collect the journey.
If it ain't music, it ain't riff.
yeah, true. I want to go back to a music challenge.
Yo, and just absolutely
God, I
destroy.
lose that.
People want to hear that again, so we might have to set that up.
Okay.
But anyway, so this better be Ricky's favorite, but Star Fox 64. And you got to go first, Ricky. You can't go off anybody else's.
All right, so I'm gonna go solid 24 bucks.
Okay.
26.
I was going to say 24. I'll go 23.
Oh, now I'm stuck. I better be happy.
I'm gonna say 20 because it's like a common game that I've seen.
Yo, I
before.
think,
It might be lower.
I think
You might be
Mikey
right.
won this one.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. It's within $1 of each, so 21.41.
Oh, we tied.
Let's
I said
go.
23
I'm
and
annoyed.
20. We tied.
I'm starting to get
We
annoyed.
tied.
No
We each
fist
got
bumping
one.
over there.
Yo, okay, so
Can I
this
get a
is
fist bump?
But you didn't.
so
You
this
didn't
is
win anything.
this one fluctuates all the time, but it's Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, okay.
So this
Okay.
one I'm way off on.
This is a fan favorite.
When
for a
it
lot of
comes to
people.
like expensive games, I'm always really off if it's like $100 game or like a $500 game. You like
See,
Conkers, by the way?
That I do. I have played Conkers. I like it a lot.
You like the Great and Mighty Pooh?
I didn't play that much of it, but I think I remember.
I feel like
That's
you
the
like
second level. No, I'm just-
the
I like
opening scene.
I liked that it was a little raunchy. I did.
I was literally gonna say I feel like
Yeah.
you would like it because it's crude.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome game.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw out a guess because I'm the least educated on this one. I will say $94.
it's not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
Okay.
79.
Not a bad guess.
I was trying to buy that game last time because I have a friend that's looking for it, and I know it's expensive. But you said 90 already, so I'm gonna just go with 100. I'm just
Okay.
I'll say
I was at
100.
94.
I'm just saying.
What were you? 70?
94.
85.
Dang, you guys are way off. I think Mikey takes the cake on this. 120, guys. What?
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow.
It jumped up
I
that
was-
much?
Yeah, it's expensive, dude.
Yeah, I was expecting Chris to be like, like 180.
I thought it was
at the
80,
store.
90 bucks. I didn't
Come
think it
on,
was that
guys.
high.
Last time I checked, it was
I can't beat you at your own game.
Not my game. all
I
right?
should know these.
Yo, all right. So this is like a little cheapy one, but I like it a lot. So it's 1080 snowboarding.
You can't tell us it's cheapy. Mikey might have thought it was.
No, I'm not gonna do like.
No,
come
I
on.
did not think that.
All right, you go
$8.
first.
I'm gonna say
sports
$10.
Okay.
$8.99.
Oh, look at you.
Ricky?
I'm going to shop at.
I'm going 8. Just regular 8.
I was gonna say 7 from the start.
No, it's 13.60.
Did I get that again?
Dang.
I hate this. I hate everything about
I
this.
love it,
I
dude.
want to go home.
Look at me.
For the viewers at
winning.
home,
I'm hungry.
they suck. So it's all good.
Wait, so I
I
think-
have the paper in front of me, so I'd be
I
the same
won
way.
low key.
Hey, it's not over.
4. I don't know.
I don't know, man. If you're keeping track. All right, the next one is F-Zero X.
F-Zero GX.
Sure.
Oh no,
That's on
It's X.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it's
GX
X.
GameCube. I forgot what we're doing. 43.
I was
Chris?
gonna go low.
Oh, go ahead, Mikey.
Me?
Yeah.
All right, let's just go. Let's go with 25. Let's go with 25.
Chris,
$20.
what'd you say?
43.
37.
All right, I think Mikey won this one too.
No way.
It is like the price is right, bro.
Yo, it is at $30 even.
What did you say?
Oh man, what did I say? 25. I said
Yeah.
25, right?
You guys are all pretty high.
I said 20.
Sucks.
I love this game, honestly.
Yo,
Really well-made game. I
Yo,
love
somebody's
it.
trying to calculate like the
Curtis, great
shipping as
job
a
on this.
cost.
No,
All
I
right,
was
so-
thinking like before inflation, like
Hey,
and you still got it wrong.
Well, what's nice about it is price charting does the whole averages for you for the market. So it's like
that's true.
you're getting sucker
yeah,
punched,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Here we go. So we're gonna finish it off on this good one right
One
here.
more?
One
Give me a chance, guys.
You can go
Paper Mario.
Ooh,
Paper,
Paper
paper or
Mario.
plastic.
I don't know. Chris, you go first.
Mario.
You're store owner.
$60.
I was gonna go a little bit more on the pricier side, so I'm gonna say 50.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Dang it.
Ah, all of a sudden, just because I'm winning.
What do you go? 50 and 60?
Yep.
Yeah, I said 50.
Go 70.
Riff, did you just not gonna guess?
55.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Ricky won it right there. Yeah, $70. So,
Dang.
On the money.
On the
That's
money.
dude, man, I love it that the store
You got
owners got a
zero.
little bit. Of
I would like to make it a note that as one of the leaders of this podcast, we're never doing that game again.
no.
Now you know how we felt when you were doing the jingles
you-
for all the music,
You
which was
feel so
ridiculous.
Hey, but do you think you would do well on other
Maybe
cartridge types?
I don't think I would. I think I'm more like if you gave me like, oh, put it this way, if you were like, let's name the game what you know about the game, I feel like I'd do well. I suck
Oh,
at
yeah.
prices. I admit defeat. I admit I'm terrible. Garbage. I am garbage.
That's what,
I would have probably
Put
done
that-
better at some of the other ones. I think Nintendo or Super Nintendo, I would have done better.
Oh, yeah?
And 64.
Curveball.
Throw
one
one
out,
out there.
Curtis. Any NES game right now.
Yeah, come on,
Curveball,
Curtis. Just throw one in there.
Ben, yell at NES game. Contra.
Ooh.
27.
okay. All right. Chris,
43.
I'm gonna say 25.
Ooh.
I'm going to say 40.
all right.
Oh,
I feel like
get
we
out
got
of
a
here,
lot of
Ricky.
$32.92, so
Whoa.
$33.
I said
Oh,
27.
oh, wait. I said
Did you,
25.
did you get one?
So he got one.
You got one? Yo! Yeah. And we're going to end on that one because Riff finally got one right.
We were gonna keep going until he won.
Right now.
I suck. You can do another one if you want.
No, it's okay. Yo, guys, just
I'm
check
on a
out
roll.
pricecharting.com. I mean, it's awesome to see it.
Honestly,
so.
it's funny because we picked that topic
Yeah.
like without them like realizing that they're a sponsor in mind. Actually, it was Ben's idea back there for this, and we were like, "Oh, that'll work perfect." We're
Nice
sponsored by
idea,
Pricecharting.
Ben. That was fun.
Good job,
I
Ben.
like that.
Hey,
Thank
Ben.
you,
Yeah.
Ben,
So good.
Ben,
Thanks for throwing
Ben.
out Contra.
I'm not going to lie. I think it was a fan in the comments, but we'll give it to Ben. We'll give it
It was Ben in the comments.
Ben in the comments. Let's do that. Anyway, all right, guys, we're going to transition to our next topic. Funko Pops are dying.
Hey.
Are they?
Ooh, okay. So if you don't know, Mikey is a big Funko Pop collector, massive. I've kind of seen some videos pop in my feed, and I didn't necessarily know if they're clickbait or not. So I just, kind of grazed by them. I didn't watch them, but I noticed a few videos saying Funko Pops are dying. Obviously, people have always kind of joked about the whole it's the next
Beanie Babies.
But you, first of all, how many Funko Pops do you have?
Oh
and
my
then your
God.
opinion.
Okay, in my opinion, I have around.
No. And then your opinion if they're
Oh,
dying.
and my opinion. I was like,
if they're dying.
oh, it's because I don't know the exact number. So I was like, in my opinion, I have a.
What do you think you have?
You see, in my personal collection, for sure, I have like around 800 to 1,000 in my personal collection. But the thing is that I like a lot of things. So it's like if I see a Funko Pop about a movie that I like, I'm like, ooh, I need that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I need a lot of things, because I like Marvel, I like anime, I like,
You like
sports,
nerd culture.
everything, including movies and including like the musicians.
Got it.
And that's the thing with Funko is that they have everything. Like they have a little bit for everybody. Like
Yeah.
they have like Barbie stuff, anime. Like I said, they have fighters, they have sports, they have everything, and I like everything. That's why I have so many pops.
Mikey, are they dying?
Okay, so let me tell you. No. Let me tell you the bad side first.
Okay.
So the company has been getting kind of greedy because they just joined the stock market and they brought like a bunch of investors.
Okay.
And when you bring in investors, you got to make them happy by making more money. And the thing is that I feel that the investors plus whoever was in charge of Funko at the time, they were kind of like, all right, man, people are gonna buy anything that's a Funko Pop. Like you could get like the 10th character in a show, and people are gonna buy it no matter what. So they went crazy with it. Like they started making a bunch of stuff, but too many. Like before, it used to be more limited. Like they used to make like 10,000 of this pop and 5,000 of that. Now it's kind of like they're making like 40,000, 50,000.
How recently has this shift happened to where they're starting to make too many?
It was like I think it was like right after like COVID, like the COVID era, you know, which
people want to collect again. Let's go crazy.
Yes.
COVID was crazy.
So like
sure.
that's when everything started spiking up because people started collecting stuff because they were at home. You know, people were at home and they were like, what can I do at home? Well, let me collect pops. Let me like collect games or let me start playing games and stuff like that. And the thing is that they started making too many of certain characters. And when COVID hit, like the shipments and everything started getting delayed. So what happened is that like let's say like smaller stores, like online stores would have pre-orders for a pop. Then like a year would pass and they still wouldn't have the product and people would start canceling. So like the companies that were smaller, they would have to like return people's money. And then like now is like a bunch of online stores started closing down because of it, because they couldn't afford that loss. You know, it's like, let's say you have like $10,000 of pre-orders and then like 5,000 of those dollars you have to return. It's like they couldn't handle the loss. Wow. So a bunch of companies started going like under. Like I actually took a big loss with one company where I ended up losing $600 because I had so many pre-orders and they never came. And then the company just kind of
Fizzled out.
They just like disappeared from the internet.
Wow.
Dang.
So like what ended up happening like with the whole Funko thing is like all those problems kind of affected the whole company because it's like stores like weren't getting like the pops on time. Like let's say like with like the Mandalorian when it first came out, people wanted like the Grogu's, like they wanted the Baby Yodas, the Mandalorian pops. But since all the shipments were delayed, those pops ended up coming like a year later when the hype was down. So people weren't buying stuff. And the thing with Funko is like the pops are as popular as the license that they have. So like let's say like right now, like if you could sell like a Spider-Man pop easy for like a higher price, but like once the Spider-Man like movie kind of died out, then people are not like buying them as much. So like the price starts going down and everything. Or like you'll have like a bunch of like extra pops since they made like 40,000 of one. Is like not everyone bought them. So like now you start seeing those pops at like Ross or like at Five Below and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's when it like will hit you when you see, or like when you see a game there and you're like, oh, that's like it's dead, like in your head, like that's a dead game. Nobody.
That's what people feel, right?
Yeah.
But like last time I found, I went to like the 99-cent store and I found a pop from Star Wars Rebels.
Okay.
And I got it for $2. But then that show kind of started like cracking again because like the what show was it where like a few of those characters started coming out in The Mandalorian, let's say.
Okay.
Oh, I don't remember if it was that one. But then those characters of those pops that I bought for $2, now they're going for like $120 because the hype is there right now.
Yeah.
And like the new Ahsoka show is gonna come out, and those characters are about to come out on there.
Yeah.
And now people want those pops. So it kind of goes with like whatever license is hot at that time, those pops are gonna do well. But like if you're doing licenses of like a movie that came out like 2 years ago, like those pops are not gonna sell. And that's what they started doing. Like they started doing like Hamilton pops. Like, do you guys know what Hamilton is?
I've heard of it.
the play.
Because I don't.
The play.
I've heard of it. I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
it's a play, right?
Yeah.
It's a good play. Yeah.
But like, would
Chris
you
is a man
pop for
of
it?
Chris is a man of culture.
Yeah, he's a man of art.
I can picture
Nobody
Chris
else
over there.
has seen Hamilton.
But
No.
like, would you
I'm a
want a
Ham-
Funko Pop for that? You
I'm
know,
a
for a
Hamilton
play.
pop.
Sorry, man. I'm a
collector,
guy.
actually.
Yeah. Chris is an art enthusiast. He's got all the shirts for it and everything.
It's called Hamilton.
So like that's what ended up happening is like the company itself kind of got greedy. But actually this week like they put out a statement that like they had to like cut down on everything because they took a big loss this year. The whole company took a big loss,
Wow.
like 70 million or something.
Oof.
Loss. Because they also had to destroy a bunch of Funko Pops too because they had so many extra ones.
They
that they were like,
destroyed them?
Yep.
It's like E.T.
E.T.
Okay, so that's what they did, but they did it to save the company. Like they were like, dude, it costs more to store these pops
Oh, okay.
than to actually destroy them. Like they rather take that loss than to continue paying the
Do
storage.
you know how they destroyed them? Like physically? It was like burning them,
They just
wasteland.
punched each one.
One by one. I hate you.
No, I have no idea. They probably crushed them or something. I don't know. But it was like a bunch of like Star Wars characters that nobody knows. and they made like 20,000 of them, and only sold a few of them. You know, it's like pops that like you never like see like in anyone's collection. Like the Hamilton ones for sure were in there.
Yeah.
No.
Let's not bring that one up.
Do you send? Oh, go ahead.
So, hey, Mikey, do you think those will go up in price since they destroyed so many of those then?
No, because there's so many like different licenses.
Yeah.
That like it has to be a character that's gonna be popular in the future. That like that's how I kind of see what pops are gonna do well. Is like what movie's gonna come out in like a few months.
What if Hamlet
Is there a
comes out?
pop? Huh? Oh,
It's not
Now
even
you're
right
talking-
movie. It's
you're
Hamlet
used to
now.
like Funko Pop, didn't you?
Oh yeah, he said Hamlet, not even Hamilton.
Yo, nice
I
play
said
right
Hamlet.
there.
I'm like,
And me, I'm like, yup.
We absolutely get roasted when we pass up pops because we have no idea what we're looking for.
Really?
They'll be like-
There's actually pop collectors that watch Pixel
Yeah,
Squad?
yeah. They'll be
That's
like,
one of the reasons I made my own stuff is because like the people in the comments would just be so mean about Funko Pops. I was like, but I want to do Funko
We
Pop
passed
content.
up on one of the Last of Us characters.
No, Gerard just got one. A cheap, got it for cheap, like a $3 one. It was like a $120 pop.
Which one?
It was The Last of Us. Something.
Oh yeah.
Joel.
See, the last of
It was Joel.
Joel was going for like 180 at one point. That's how big it was.
What were you
See,
gonna say, Chris? This guy
Well,
was-
I just was going to give my opinion kind of as like a shop. We've dibbled and
Oh, yeah,
dabbled in
perfect.
pops over the years, probably like 5+
right.
years now.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I was not a believer in them. I was like, this is just going to come and go like Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
But that was, again, 5 years ago. Honestly, with the shops nowadays, and like Retro Rick was out maybe like a couple months ago, and I remember him asking about them. Some guy,
Just
named Rick. But he said, how do you do with pops? And I was like, you know what? We actually do pretty good with them. And we have, like at the new shop that I have, a pretty big section, probably a couple hundred pops, I want to say. And every time I'm in there, there's missing gaps. And I don't always know what's selling, which ones.
Yeah.
I'm not that into it.
That's what I was gonna say. Ricky and I looked at each other like, yeah, they got stolen.
They probably
people
could
buy
be.
pops, right? It's
But
not
they
dead.
they do move. Like I had a chance recently to buy like a big collection of 300 pops, and I was like, you know what? Should I buy these? Should I not? I asked all my stores. They're like, yeah, we can take some pops. So I still do see movement in them. But I looked at the numbers that you were looking at, and I was like, oh dang, their stock price is way down. But I do
Yeah.
still see demand. I think there's two different things. There's stock price, but then there's like local level. Hey, you're collecting them, or you still collecting them, or people still into them?
Oh, yeah, like the older pops, dude, like they still move all the time, bro. Like those are like the ones that I sell the most, or like I collect the most and try to grab them. Is like the older pops. Like if they're like 2018, 2017, like for sure people will want them.
Does it affect your mental capacity at all to think like, oh shoot, did you ever go through a period like maybe I should sell these? Like this is getting grim, or were you
Well,
like, I'm
like
gonna
whenever-
hold on, ride and die?
Like whenever I look around like the office and I have so many pops at the office, I'm like, oh my god, I'm kind of overwhelmed. But then
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? They make me happy. You know, like
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna lie. Like whenever I see my pops, I'm like, man, that's a cool pop, and it brings back memories too. Like let's say like recently they just got like a Steve Urkel pop.
That's actually sick.
So like let's say like you see that Steve Urkel pop, you're like, oh man, I remember I used to watch that with my parents
Yeah.
back in the day and stuff like that. So like the nostalgia hits like with the pops as well. Like they recently did like the Gilligan's Island pops.
Wow.
You guys remember that show?
I
just
love
rewatched it when I was a
I
little kid.
love
I was like
Gilligan's
Gilligan's
Island.
Island. Oh my god! And like all these memories came back. So that's the thing about pops. Like that's why people collect them, is because it serves like the same purpose as like the retro games. It's all nostalgia.
Now, do you think this question? I don't know if this will hit people wrong, or maybe even you wrong. Do you find Chris,
Yo.
come back? He's got big arms. When you collect pops, do you think it coincides with the same people that are like the vintage toy? Like, do you think the people that are collecting like vintage He-Man toys are also collecting pops, or do you think it's more like a new wave of people, more like collecting this, not necessarily being like, I don't, because in my personal experience, a lot of the people I see that collect pops aren't the people who are collecting like other main toy lines.
Oh no, see, like that's the thing, is like people that collect like retro toys and stuff, like they usually stay away from pops because they're like, oh, that's newer stuff. They're gonna die out like Beanie Babies. That's like the comment we get all the time, Beanie Babies. I'm like, ugh.
You get all triggered.
I get all mad. I'm
That's
like,
throwing shade in his community.
Beanie Babies. Oh, I guarantee in the comments there's gonna be a bunch of Beanie Baby like comments, because that's what we always get, and it's usually people that collect like retro games, and like the people that that kind of stick around. No, like they stick, like they stick to like the older stuff. You
Mikey
know?
always used to tell me, bro. Dude, me and Mikey worked in the office for years together. I mean, 8 hours a day we were in the office together. They used to always tell me that the retro gaming people are just so salty, bro. Like, so they get so
Hate
upset
on
about
Funko Pop.
everything.
I was like, we're all collecting stuff.
Yeah.
It's it's like that's one thing that like I always got disappointed. I was like, man, like we're all collecting different things, right?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you hating on my Funko Pop so much?
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. I've made an
You know,
occasional
like-
joke here or there, but obviously I like.
Yeah, and I
people
went
who
home and
collect.
cried after.
Oh.
No, I'm just
Did it make you a better man in the end? No, I'm just kidding.
no, I'm
One question I have for you that would kind of be more influential for the viewers is how do you identify a bootleg pop out in the wild? Like, what are like key characteristics that you look for?
Okay, like the main thing I always look for is like the border around
border?
the,
At the border,
Oh,
they
it's
sell
just
all the
right here,
bootleg
okay,
pops.
is it cool if you hand me the pop right there?
They sell bootleg borders at the pops. At the. Oh wait, what? No, I
Hey,
can't even get-
hey, what?
Dang it.
What
Hey,
card
bootleg
does
borders
Mikey?
at the Pops?
What card does Mikey use?
Brown card.
The brown card.
Okay, so look, like the easiest way like to identify it is if this border right here is
Show
like
that camera
thick.
right there.
Yeah.
It's like super thick right here.
Okay.
It's probably fake. It's probably fake. That's the main thing I look at. And then like the other ones is like each pop is gonna be different. Like if you guys go on like AliExpress and stuff like that, if they sell it on there, if they sell
I
it
know
on there,
why you're laughing.
what?
AliExpress. I'm gonna say it right now. I denied them. They just offered me. I'm not gonna lie. More money than most sponsors have ever offered me to promote their products.
Got cool stuff too though.
But bro, the stuff
Bootleg
they
stuff.
sent me, I was like, I mean, hey, shout out to my community about keeping the community real. I was like, I do not feel comfortable telling my company, my people,
Yeah.
not my company, my people that this is a good product when you just sent me literal garbage. So I turned down like $6,000 for you guys. So
Yeah.
There it is.
Dang,
Yeah.
$6
bro.
grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
So that's how much I love
Hey,
you guys.
go and send them over my way. No.
I got Patreon.
Now, on like the same subject of that same question, there was a thing that you kind of taught me, like the stamping on the bottom as well.
Oh,
like the
yeah,
dates.
like the stickers. Yeah, like they actually say like the year like they were made on there, but it's kind of complicated like to show it here like without it. But like there's like a number on there that usually starts off with like 16, 17, 18. That's usually like the year it came out.
Oh, you told me that.
Yeah, so if you see like 14, 15, I would grab it just in case, especially if it's like $5-10 at swap meet.
So that's retro
grab it.
in the world of pop.
Yeah, when did
Yeah, and-
Funko like when did Funko start?
Like the Funko Pop started coming out like 2012, but like Funko the company's been around since like 98, I believe.
What were they doing
they were doing
before?
bobbleheads.
Bobbleheads.
Yeah,
Bobbleheads.
bobbleheads. Like they used to be called like wacky wobblers.
They were wacky.
Oh, wacky
they were wacky
wobblers.
wobblers. I have the.
So
Dick
they were a
Tracy.
much
Yeah, I have
smaller
a few of them.
company, and then obviously they blew up once they released this line.
Yeah, and like the thing with them too is like they started trying to make too many things. Like I actually brought something that's a new product, Bitty Pops.
I saw
Nobody can
those
see
are
that.
awesome.
That's
Bitty
like,
Pops.
let me see this.
I want to see that.
Those are cool, bro. I love these, bro.
Out of focus, but there you go. It's about the size of Mikey's. It's about the
So-
size of Mikey's earring.
Can I see that?
Oh,
I wasn't even going there.
Like, don't
bro.
expose
so
me.
Is this like supposed to give like the same nostalgia as like going into a quarter machine and opening up a like plastic thing?
Wow.
yeah, dude, and it's way easier to store.
I actually like that way better than the
Dude, you
big
can open them
pops.
too. Open it. From
Shush.
the bottom.
Wait,
much
it's
do
an
those
actual
go for?
box and that just
Those it's like the
Like
price of
$5?
one pop, but like it comes with
tiny.
four
Mikey,
of
I
them.
just broke it, bro.
It comes with you're good. No, it comes with 4 of them, and like one of them is always a mystery.
how awesome is that?
Wow.
That's crazy.
So like with pops is like the sticker is important too.
do
So
you know
like,
your pops are worth your collection? You have an idea?
I stopped like putting them on the app like maybe like a year and a half ago, and right now I think it says like 32,000, and
that
like
was-
that's off of like
Oh.
that's off of like what I had before. Like I stopped putting
More
them
than our
on.
games, bro.
You know what?
But then that's if you sell them at the highest price.
Right.
But I could probably
Market.
get like 15 to 20 easy from like a store. You know, if I try to
Dude.
sell them.
How often did your girlfriend call you Funko Poppy?
Yeah, has she ever slipped up?
I
and said
actually used to
bootleg
call
Mikey?
myself that.
Oh,
Sometimes.
wow.
Oh,
In the
Funko-
mirror?
The Funko Poppy.
Poppy.
You know what those remind me of is the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's
If
what
I could
you're gonna
shrink, dude, like if I could shrink like my collection to this size, it would be way easier to store. You know.
Amen.
And I actually love these. I'm not gonna lie. See, that's why I brought it here, and I bring it with me everywhere.
What were you going to say, Chris?
I have a question that maybe you know the answer to, Mikey. Like, do you think that Funko, like, what is like if they go out and they do a Spider-Man line, obviously they have to license that from Marvel.
Yeah.
Like the licensing, I would imagine with Funko has got to be an absolute nightmare, and I would assume it takes a huge chunk of their profits.
Yeah, I
Do you
mean,
have any idea how that process works? Like,
with the process, no, but like once they get a big license like that, like that's why they have to make like a bunch of characters like to try to get that money back, you know, because like you can make like one cool Spider-Man pop, like let's say like they just got the Spider-Man license last week and they're like, all right, how are we gonna make our money back? They're gonna have to make like 20 Spider-Mans, you know, like to get that money back, because like you don't want to make 100,000 of the same one to try to get your money back off of one product, so you got to make a bunch of them.
So you're saying they make different variants of the same thing to create it?
Yeah, like that's like a big problem too in like the Funko community that like they get mad about is when they'll do like let's say like that Mario, they'll do like 10 different variations of it, but like different poses. It's like, oh, here's our new pop, and he's like this, and then the next one's like this, and then the next one's like this, you know?
Or they put an item in their hand or something.
Yeah, and they try to milk it like that.
Yeah.
That's how they can resurge their whole company.
What do you
the
think-
Nintendo line?
No, see, and that's the thing, but they're greedy because they kind of have their own,
Well, they're smart.
like their own products.
Yeah.
But if they ever come out with Funko Pops, it's over. Like I know for sure those will sell out instantly.
Yeah.
Because people have been wanting them. Like I actually did a video of some bootleg ones that I found, and that video kind of went viral too because like people love the bootleg.
They love the bootleg.
Do I have a whole collection of bootleg stuff? I don't know if you ever.
Oh yeah, what's
but I
your
have-
Instagram handle? Bootleg Mikey, dude.
Bootleg Heroes Mikey.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna touch on that subject a little bit later on. We're gonna go transition to our next topic: agree or disagree.
Oh, Mikey,
Let's
welcome
go.
to the world of agree or disagree. This is where things get heated, bro. We have little signs. Thumbs up, you agree. Thumbs down, you disagree. We'll let the audio listeners know as well, too. Curtis, I'm curious to see what questions or what statements you brought us this time. Hopefully, I keep feeling like I'm like the outside factor on the last few ones. I was listening to them back. I'm like, my gosh, I'm always the one who's like picking the opposite of you guys. I feel like I need to try to form
That's
some
usually
unity.
me.
No, I like the
In
disagreement.
the group chat.
Okay, good.
Create the disagreements.
Create
That's
the
what I love.
friction.
Yes, sir.
All right, what we got?
So we're gonna go on our first one. It's gonna be VR is not the future of gaming.
Thumbs up from me.
I.
Thumbs up for me.
You know what? I'm gonna be the opposite from you guys.
you disagreed?
I
I might disagree on this.
Okay. Let's hear
Surprise
from
me.
you guys. So you guys got thumbs down. So what do you guys think? What makes you think VR is the future?
Well, I would say, I mean, like once you put on the VR, you already look like you're in the future, right?
Well, yes. that doesn't do
No, but-
much.
Doesn't mean.
But but I mean, like once they like perfect it, I feel like people will start playing it more. Because there's like a lot of fun games that like you could play on VR right now. But the thing is that there's like a lot of them that they kind of suck, you know.
There's a lot that suck.
So like people are like, you know what, this is kind of like making me dizzy right now. I don't want to play VR because it does make you dizzy. Like I don't know if you ever played.
Yeah,
Makes
Chris?
me sick. I've gotten sick actually.
Yeah, me too.
so wait, do they agree?
You guys aren't proving your points very well.
We're talking about the
Well,
future.
The
It's gonna get
future.
better.
So
Yo, you guys are just.
I can't even play
now.
for a second.
I mean, I think it's pretty good now. I mean, if you went back and looked at like all the way back to like Virtual Boys and stuff like that to where we are now, is
I think
a
that was
huge,
better.
huge jump.
Of course.
But I think for us growing up, like we're used to regular screen gaming.
Yeah.
But I think someday they might look back at that and go, well, "That's crazy that you like didn't just put a headset on." And it might not even be a headset to me. Like it's still kind of clunky to put on a headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they perfect it in the future and you could just press a button and you're like in it or something, like
I just feel like
Yeah,
they
but-
have to figure out a way to get past the non-user friendly usability of it, right? Because it's like Ricky has 4 kids. I have 3 kids. Ricky's kids are young. There's no way in heck he can sit down in the middle of the living room and start playing VR without anybody around.
That's
There's just no way.
Yeah.
You have to, okay, kids, watch out. We got to set up this, keep a 6-foot distance. Got to basically blind myself from the rest of the world. I can't hear nobody talk. I want to hear my thing. Watch out. I might get motion sick. I feel like there's so many obstacles
Yeah,
right
that's
now
true.
blocking it. Maybe in the future, but I just feel like
that's
that.
you're turning green,
No,
you're
stop
turning
it.
red.
He was going like this. He was going like this.
I don't think it's the actual future. I think it's still going to be an enjoyed thing, but I don't think it's ever going to be what gamers are strictly going to. I know you were about to say something.
So it's not
Oh,
the present.
Dude, I'm gonna go
the
full
future.
on. I'm gonna say the whole thing with like Elon Musk thing. You know where they want to put a microchip on your head? I'm
Oh,
guessing
heck
it's gonna
no.
be something like that.
I don't want that
Something
for the
weird like that.
life of me.
Well,
I wouldn't
like
want
when
that, but I think that's like the future, like
I wouldn't do that
like
for
the
$1 million.
Bizarro stuff.
I think if it incorporates like more of a social aspect, which is like what Facebook wants to do and stuff, But like my son, when he's gaming nowadays, what he's doing is he's got his phone in front of him, talking to his friends
while he's gaming.
Yes,
that's how my son does it too.
And it's like, okay, well, just connect those two. All of a sudden, you're in VR and you're with your buddies sitting in a room like this.
Future.
That's kind of what I would anticipate the future of the gaming being.
But to be clear, I wouldn't put it. I wouldn't put
so right.
Right now, we're so
If you gave me $1 million cash right now, I wouldn't put a microchip on my head.
That's too scary, dude.
For $1 million cash.
Microchip would be extreme for sure.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
you have to
attack-
go extreme.
I guarantee you the future's going to go something like that. And I'm not putting
Oh, no, it
anything
is.
on my body that's hooked up to me. I'll tattoo
agree.
in my body and that's it.
But if it was an easier method to get into that virtual reality, I think that's the gap right
like
now.
something that's you can
Like
mount
literally,
on.
you just
click,
click, or like step into a room, turn on a light switch, and you're in VR.
Yeah, and I think that
know
would
what
be
I mean?
there.
That would be the ideal.
I just think the whole idea of VR as we know, even in futuristic depictions of VR, that's not what I picture. Like putting on a headset, I just feel like that.
I feel like the headset is the clunkiness that's killing it right
You know
now.
what I thought would be cool? Like Star Wars where they're playing chess, but like that, but with like
Holograms.
video games. Yeah, like holograms. I feel like that would be a cool future.
Ooh,
Dang.
Obi-Wan.
Dang, we got new developers here.
Ricky Juan Kenobi. over
Ricky
there.
Juan Kenobi.
Dude, that was perfect. All right, we're gonna go on to our next one. Only arcade style sports games are fun. Sport game.
Thumbs up.
Only the
Wait,
arcade
only-
ones?
Only arcade style sports games are fun. I knew you were going to disagree.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree.
I'm going to disagrey.
Ooh, I forgot about
let's go,
NXT.
Ricky.
Go, it's me and you versus them. Let's go. We got this.
White versus brown.
Yo, there's so
We're at
many
a disadvantage, Ricky.
yeah, there's so many comments of people like Rift's not Mexican.
I had a DNA man, not a trace.
My
I,
parents said that.
I was
Like,
hoping.
He's not Mexican.
I was hoping for a little bit, get like a 1% brown discount at the swap meet, but I got nothing.
Yo, let's hear the debate, guys. Come on.
All right, right here. I'll start.
Go
it
ahead,
off.
Ricky, start it
Okay,
off.
So sports games, I do not like playing standing up. So if I play like Blitz or something like that, like N64, I want to be sitting down with my sweet clunky controller. Or one of my favorite games is God, now I can't even think of it. You guys got me nervous.
He likes golf.
It's the baseball game on Neo Geo. Baseball Stars.
Oh.
Is it Baseball Stars?
Yeah.
Or Sluggers, I think.
No, it is Baseball
It's
Stars.
Baseball Stars.
Isn't that arcadey though?
That is an arcade
but here's the
style
thing.
game.
I don't like playing it on the arcade. I
No,
like
arcade
playing it on-
style.
Arcade style. So
Oh.
like Blitz and
Blitz.
NBA
Don't you
Jam.
change it. Don't you
Basically
change your
realistic.
versus
I'm not
Madden.
changing it because you know what? I love like Sluggers and that kind of stuff, like the Mario game.
That's arcade style.
Right.
What? That's arcade as well?
Yes.
Yes. So basically realistic simulation style.
Like
MLB, the
Madden.
show Madden.
We're losing this battle, Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky, we're losing Ricky.
We already won.
quick.
We
We
already
already won. Let's go.
Sorry guys, I thought it was like sit down.
All right, so
Basically
we're gonna hear
realistic
Mikey then.
style.
Mikey, pick it up.
I guess I'll defend the
I-
sports games.
yeah.
I play
I'm
sports
sorry.
games all the time. Like every single night, I go to sleep and I play FIFA right before that.
Wow.
I'm always playing FIFA because it's super fun. Like the thing is that like I feel like gamers that don't play those is because
Oh, here we go.
like I'll start a whole career mode, and there's a storyline in it.
That's
you guys
true.
probably don't know that there's a storyline in those games. Because you
I
guys
did
don't
know.
play it.
I did know.
I'm not
'cause you
gonna
used to send me
lie.
pictures.
There's a comparative, like when they have a storyline like Def Jam Fight for New York, dude, and you're your character and you're just kind of bossing around wrestling. You're just like,
Dude, if you
that's
play like,
Borderline arcade
that's
too.
still a sport, dog.
no, but like if you play like 2K or like FIFA and you do career mode,
Yeah.
like they literally take you through a whole career. Like you have a manager, like you're talking to like friends or whatever. Like they'll have cut scenes and everything. Like you could get like cut from a team. Like you get to join a new team and then like you have to work your way up.
Mikey, that sounds really boring.
Yo,
We're talking about Neo Geo.
Opinion, though, you know?
I
It
want-
feels fun.
I want to get in there and triple backflip dunk on someone with boom shakalaka.
And then once you get your stats up, you can.
Oh, there we go.
Come on.
But the worst part is on those kind of games, you have to build up your character. It takes
Okay,
a
that's the one thing
long
that
time,
that does
too.
kind of suck is like you actually have to go to the gym sometimes in the game.
What if you
see that.
actually go to the gym and build up your real life character of shooting a ball?
That's not a video game.
That's fun.
You actually
That's
sweat
terrible.
doing
You
that.
actually have to do
That's
work.
like Ricky one week said he wants a VR simulator simulator of going to the swap meet. I'm like, just go to the swap meet.
I want that, Ricky. I would do
VR
that. With you.
simulator going to the swap meet.
That's what I got today.
So, do you have a favorite game on the arcade then?
Arcade style, absolutely. Blitz,
Blitz.
Hang Time, NBA Jam,
I used to
NBA
love the
Jam,
after
Blitz.
Mutant League football.
Mutant League football
I like
is
all
so
the Base
good.
Wars. I like all, even Dusty Diamonds on NES where you can
Oh
throw
my
really
gosh,
weird and it's
Dusty
weird.
Diamonds
I
is
like
so good.
the Super Dodgeball on the Nintendo where it's more
Yes.
like
So
good.
I like weird. I obviously have the old joke of it is why don't you just go outside and play a sport? I know that's the joke of it.
I do that too.
Yeah, you do. But I don't know. I've never, maybe because you know what? I mean, to my defense, I guess, I'm not a sports guy in real
That
life
was my
at all.
next thing I was gonna say. Is like you guys don't really watch sports, do
I
you?
do. I'm a big, huge football
Take
fan.
that.
And I like basketball and stuff. But
Do you play
when
Madden? Do you play Madden?
No, and I have. I played plenty of Madden. My son plays 2K, and I'll sit down and play it. I do. I find it a little bit slow and like boring after a while. That's sorry, Mikey. And anybody else?
And
But
also, Funko Pops are dying.
that's just me personally. I can totally understand why people would like it, but
Yeah.
for me, I'd rather
you
go
get-
in and just smash.
It's like you had to be
Yes.
competitive too. Like I'm super competitive, like with everything. So it's like if you're, like if you pick like your like basketball team and then like the other person picks their
Yeah.
team, and then you beat them, it feels even better.
Bro,
It's
I
like
remember-
Lakers against the
Can you
Celtics.
put
or
big
something.
heads on though? I don't know if you can.
Plays
put
Bill Clinton with a big head.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's Slugfest, dude. You could do that.
I know you
stuff.
showed me that the other day with like the werewolves.
There's ways
and all
around
that.
it.
I remember playing FIFA with you one time at the office, and I had fun, but I never scored. And I was like, I didn't score in a game. Like, this is not fun.
But if you did score,
like
I
it
would've
would have
went
felt
crazy.
amazing.
I
It would have
know.
felt
It's
amazing.
like-
I know.
I
It's like pricing N64 games. It just sucks.
Yeah, you-
Rip
he does it.
enactment. This game is not an NES side scroller.
In the words of Cartman, screw you guys, I'm going home.
And that's why it's not competitive. Is because like, why would you be competitive when you never
That was
win?
perfect.
You know?
Wow. You need to listen to the music challenge video, all right?
I am crying from that Cartman impression, dude. That was
That's pretty good.
hilarious.
That's pretty good.
All right, guys. Here we got our next one. I'd rather listen to a live album over a studio album.
Ooh, man,
Like
I'm a musician.
Music?
So this is
Any
rough.
music in general?
Yeah, live album versus a studio
Oh,
album.
I'll go first. Can I go first?
You got to throw up your hands first.
Oh, it's
Dude,
agreed.
yeah,
I thought we were just topics.
Dude, we have
I was like, well, this is a good topic. Could talk about.
I'm going to
this.
go thumbs down.
What was it? Say it one more time.
Wait, live album?
Live album.
I'd rather listen to a live album over a studio album.
It's hard for me to say this. Thumbs down.
Whoa,
Thumbs down.
that was in sync over there. Phew.
4 thumbs down for the audio listeners. Go ahead and go with your thoughts. You were eager.
I mean, I love studio albums. I can listen to them all the time. They're just so perfect. I tried putting on a live album of something the other day. I turned it off. I was like, oh, man, I can't listen to this. Like this. It was just crowd
He's
cheering.
muffled.
The audio quality wasn't good. So I'm not a fan. Yeah, studio.
Ricky, your thoughts?
It just depends on the band too. But like most of the stuff, it's better studio.
Yeah.
But like Dave Matthews, the live stuff is
Great.
really good. I'm like,
Fantastic.
dude, even the Muse stuff. Sorry, we're really into that.
Muse is good
Yeah.
live,
Muse
too.
is awesome.
They're
Live music is a great way to find out if your band is as good of a band as you think they are.
yes, that's a good way to.
And I've had that. I'll say it. One of my favorite bands of all time is Blink-182. Not live. I've heard them live, and somehow. I mean, I would go to a concert because right at a concert you almost lose the value of what they sound like. You're just having fun, right?
Yeah.
You're goofing around. You don't care. But when you listen to it at home, when you're just completely chilling, you're like, oh, Lord, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands like that.
Riff's trying to be like, where are you?
Where are you? Hey, that's a good song. I'm a huge Tom DeLonge fan, by the way. And by the way, aliens exist, all right? All of you.
Oh yeah. Bro.
There you go. But yes, I agree. Live albums can be rough depending on the band, but studio is obviously going to be cultured to exactly how they want it to sound. So it might be a little smoke and mirrors of how they actually sound, but I'd rather listen to it for my enjoyment. What about you, Mikey?
Yeah,
What
but
do
I
you
have
listen
the-
to, by the way?
I listen to mostly like hip hop. I've been listening to a lot of like Spanish music, a little bit of like reggaeton and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, que eso quieren mujeres, So like yeah, if I have music,
Give me a good yell. Give me one of those those here comes racist Mexican yells where they go like
I'm not even Mexican.
That's-
Tell
Oh,
Ricky, he's Mexican.
Ricky, give me one.
I'll try though.
That's good.
Oh, that's a good one. That's the
Hey,
swap
that's
one.
pretty good.
Chris, your turn.
No.
Barato!
Beto!
Beto. We have our audio and video engineer back there. His name's Beto. But every time Chris walks in, he goes, Beethoven.
I was actually doing the barato.
called him Beethoven
Is it a
today,
barato from the swap meet?
Swap
when they
meet,
go,
barato, barato,
barato, barato, barato,
Pásale,
pásale,
pásale.
pásale.
Cheap, cheap, cheap. It means cheap, cheap, cheap.
Is
Barato,
reggaeton
barato.
Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish, but I don't even think it's called reggaeton. What I've been listening to, that's just what I assume that you guys.
Did you hear how a minute ago he called it reggaeton, and then when he started getting to his acting, he's like reggaeton. And then he started talking more.
Hey, bro, it feels natural.
I like it. I love it.
I hate it.
No, I don't mean I like reggaeton. I mean I like the way he spoke it.
Ricky, doesn't your dad do like the?
He's a mariachi.
Dude, that's so.
Oh, really?
Ricky's dad's in mariachi, bro.
Yeah, him,
Oh,
him, my brother, my uncle.
stereotypical, huh?
I am Spanish at heart for sure. Dude.
Curtis, you're the whitest man I've ever seen. It's only offensive when he does it. That's racist.
That was so racist.
Yeah, dude.
That was
Yo,
ridiculous.
cancel.
I
Over
almost
the
walked out,
top.
bro.
Wait, he said I'm not Mexican. We're gonna go on our next one. The Atari 2600 wood grain is a good-looking console.
Oh, there's a lot of people that say that's an ugly console.
I don't even know what it looks like.
Atari wood grain, I'm gonna say it's a good looking console.
I think it's a great looking console.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a very big depiction of the time. Right? You go into an old late 70s home, a lot of homes had that giant wood paneling along the walls. That was just the look. They went with the Atari, matched basically what the aesthetic was of everyone's home at that time.
Dude, even TVs had the wood grain too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mikey, why'd you put
I
no?
missed those.
Because I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what it looks like. It's
fair
like, which one
assumption.
is it? It's like Atari 2600.
If it's not
How many
around-
numbers are there?
If it's not around, it's ugly.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man. I don't
Wood on a console.
I
Forget
like
that.
it for all the same reasons you said. I love it. I think it's
Ricky, you like it too?
Oh, I love it. It matches that 70s like furniture I like. It's like that cool, like weird look.
I dare
love it.
say it's one of the most like time capsuled consoles.
Yes.
Right? Like
Well, I think I know which one.
it was very 70s looking. And if you think about it, right now, modern consoles are very modern looking, right? Like an Xbox. Like, right, they're sleek, they're black, they have a sleek couture. I will say the 90s, as much as I love the consoles, I feel like they could have done a better job, even though I like them, of portraying the time period, right? Like you think of 90s. Think of what do you think of the 90s? You think of the Nickelodeon
Colors.
radios that are red with the green things coming out of them with the crazy
More bright colors, huh?
It's
Yeah.
surprising
Yeah.
they didn't do anything like that.
GameCube's about the only one that
Like
really
gray.
kind of did that.
Yeah, but
and
it's
a
even
little
just a
bit. Even that was
square.
silver and black and
Interesting.
purple.
Never thought
but-
about that.
Yeah.
Take it deep with Riff. Wow. Wait,
Yo, I
keep
mean,
going.
like,
whoa.
when you say GameCube,
moving.
I just saw like a new variant that I've never seen before. MTV came out with like their own variant of GameCube.
Oh yeah, everyone here has one.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
dude, you got a $2,000 GameCube?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. All right, we're gonna go on to our next one. It is 2-player games are more fun.
Oh, 2-player games in general are more fun. I do love me some good side scrollers, single player.
I know Chris.
I'm gonna say thumbs up.
Chris is gonna. I know what he's gonna do.
Chris. Ooh, Chris is a little bit more of a single player game guy.
Disagree with that.
Ricky?
That's a tough one though.
Ricky's thinking. He's thinking. Come on, Ricky, pull it deep.
I'm with you.
I'll
Chris.
agree. I'll agree.
Okay, so me, Mikey, Ricky all agreed, audio listeners, but Chris over here disagrees.
I'm the only one that disagrees.
So why do you think single player games are more fun?
I have always loved like just sitting down and playing a game solo and just like entrenching myself into it. But what I like playing, and I might have mentioned this before, is like I like playing couch co-op single player game, which is kind of like playing two people.
Do like that.
Like I with my son, like we're playing Zelda right now, 1-player game, of course. But like we just switch on and off. And Resident Evil, like me and my brother used to play that together, 1-player game, but we
I
would
did that
sit
too a
and
lot.
play together. So I do like 2-player games, but playing a single-player game, if that makes sense.
I agree with you. I do get what you're saying, and I do have a lot of those. Silent Hill I've talked about before. That's one of the ones we beat 2-player singly. But I think of moments where like a lot of the fun that comes out, and that, like you can experience, I think, a lot of things on single player. But I feel like those like burst out unexpected laughing moments are like us playing Chippendales where you accidentally carry me and walk off a cliff. Like not meaning to. Like that's the stuff where like I feel like
called
those
murder.
genuine moments are like unplanned chaos, playing Mario Bros on the Wii U, or you can, Nintendo Land where you can affect the character and move them
Yeah,
around.
dude, that's super fun.
I find that kind of stuff.
Do you
It's
think
good though if you have no friends.
Do you think it changes? Do you think that changes with the times of like the games that come out, like the overall effect that you feel?
Yeah, I will say I as much as I do like when I see my son playing with a couple of his buddies online, they're playing Roblox and they're all chatting, but there is a part of me that's always like a little bit like when they're playing a game that they could play together in the room. I'm like, dude, they live next door. Like, come over, get in the room, be stupid, fight, yell, eat some Doritos, and just have a good time the way, the way God intended Nintendo to be,
That's why he made it that way.
Yeah.
There wasn't nearly as many two-player games, I feel like, as there are single-player games. Especially now. Most games nowadays are like not co-op games at all. They hardly
You just
ever
play
make them.
online.
Well, you're
most of the
playing
time.
online.
Unless
which
you're
is
playing like a lot of those
multiplayer.
FPS games, they like removed single player from a lot.
Right. So
Yeah, it's like the
multiplayer
opposite.
games. So that is true. There's tons of that.
Yeah. Mikey?
But very rarely do they make couch co-op games
Oh, yeah.
anymore.
I like to talk crap like when I'm playing games. So it's like
yeah.
if I have a
sports.
person next to me like playing Smash Bros or something, I'd rather have that than like just me playing the game by myself. Even though I have been playing the Star Wars game, like the new one, I forgot what it's called.
Fallen Order?
Yes. Super good, bro. That's such
Wow.
a good game. But that's a one-player game, though,
Yeah.
But when the game is really good like that, then I'll play it. But I'd rather talk crap to the person next to me.
Yeah, that's why you like Street Fighter a lot.
Oh, Street Fighter. Yeah, me and God will be going at it all the time online.
You and your realistic sports games.
Yeah, playing FIFA,
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna transition into our next topic. Nostalgia is being ruined by greed.
Ooh, okay. This is an interesting one. I kind of heard this, passed around in the scene a while back, and I thought it'd be an interesting one to talk about. And Mikey kind of almost brought it up accidentally when you were talking about Pops. And what I mean by this, and I've noticed this, is Nintendo is by far and large my favorite brand. By far and large in the video game scene.
Are we gonna vote?
Oh, no, that's
you're
over.
good. Yeah,
It's a
you're
different
good.
topic. Mikey's putting up agree or disagree still.
What?
But as much as I love Nintendo and I buy all their products, sometimes you have to sit back and pull back the reins and go, me and Ben last night were literally saying if they dropped new Nintendo cartridges, the same games, and said they work on your original NES, Super Mario Bros. 3 is getting re-released as a cartridge, everybody in the world would go buy it, right? Same with the mini consoles. Same with the re-releases of the same games. Same with them putting the Nintendo games on the Switch online over and over and over and over and over. Does it at some point, as much as you buy into it, it's going to be hard in this room because we're all kind of Nintendo fanboys. Like, at what level does it feel like, okay, this is just greedy and we're buying into that system of greed? Or do you think Nintendo, I doubt it, even though I love them, has the intention of like, no, it's strictly for nostalgia, but we know it's a money thing? Chris?
Let me think about that for a minute. Do you have a?
Let's see.
I need to kind of digest.
Let it roast?
Yeah.
Yo, it kind of hits the soul, the core.
Because you kind of brought it up with Funko. You said that they are kind of doing too much, right? Everybody's going to
Yeah.
want this.
Yeah, I think like once something is easy to attain, then people are like, I kind of don't want it. I kind of don't want it now because I know I could buy it later on since they make like so many of it. So I think like the nostalgia, like it has to be like something that's nostalgic, but it's still hard to get. Cause like if like let's say with the pops, like if there's a pop that's an older pop, right? Like 2012. And like people are like, oh man, like that pop is so cool. Like it's hard to get now, I really want it. But like if they re-release it and they make like another 10,000 and it's easy to get, then some people are like, it's not that special anymore because everyone has it now. So I think like the nostalgia, like people collect it because like they think about the past, but it also, they like that it's rare. Cause like the only reason it's rare is because it's old and it's harder to get now, like in...
What about the
like a
stuff
certain
what about the
condition.
stuff that's not rare, right? Like it's just right now Nintendo announces tomorrow, by the way, we're doing another re-release of the original Mario Bros. On NES.
I think a lot of people would get mad. Like the people that like, let's say like they bought the game for like $60 and they're like, oh, like we're going to re-release it, but it's going to be $25 or $30. Like people are going to be like, oh man, like
I
thought I had something special.
I think there's also just as big of a crowd of people who are going to keep buying it. As much I know.
The people that don't have it yet, but like let's say like, would you rather have the old one or do you want like the re-release of it?
I'm not gonna lie. If Nintendo came out with like a mini classic of an N64, but they came out with a smaller cartridge, almost like a mini one of it, I would be stoked.
So just another mini.
Yeah, just a mini, but I want the cartridge. I don't want this downloadable emulator. I want to like have it.
Oh, got
but
it.
to have that kind of that re-experience.
Yeah,
into
but
it.
that buys into the argument.
I know,
that
but
it is,
I would buy into it. That's what I'm saying.
right? Because I even said that I teared up when they announced Mario RPG. Well, this one's going to be, I guess, a HD remake, so it's different.
But that's like a different product, I feel like.
I feel like
Because it's
still
like
the
a
same
smaller like version of it, so it's not the same one.
But I'm saying it's the same thing as your pops, right?
Yeah.
They're just gonna be like, oh, let's make the same pops, but make them tiny, right? So Imagine, right? Imagine
Yeah.
just an N64 and just make smaller cartridges. Or they do the GameCube, smaller CDs.
I would buy that too.
I would like to just kind
I
of
would
do
buy
it.
that.
Chris is ready. I can see.
I had to,
He thought about it.
when
His mouth started to move a
when
little
we had
bit.
initially had that, as a topic, I had
Yeah.
interpreted it differently. So I wasn't looking at it as like Nintendo being greedy.
It's not Nintendo.
No, we're just, that was just
nostalgia
something.
baiting.
Yeah. It could be
It's
the
nostalgia
TMNT figures. It could be the Pops. It could be Nintendo. It could be PlayStation.
Because honestly, like with Nintendo, the way you describe it, like I honestly wish they would do more of that. I'm like,
So you're all for it then?
Yeah, like I've wanted them to I have wanted them for forever to make like a Zelda 3 on the NES or something like that.
Yeah.
Like re-release, like people would buy that stuff, and I've never understood why they actually don't do that.
Yeah.
Like they've so far removed from it now. I'm like, don't you remember you like made the Nintendo on the
Yeah.
NES? There's still a huge fan base
Yeah.
for it, and so I've always wished they would do more of it. So
Really?
yeah,
So
maybe not a re-release, but like new stuff would be.
I'm not
amazing.
talking new though. I'm talking
Like, just
baiting
re-release-
for
just
nostalgia.
re-release over and
Hey,
over and
we
over
know
again.
all of these. I mean, I'm sure there is. They're all real humans. I'm sure there's someone at Nintendo who's literally or PlayStation saying, "Hey, we know these buffoons will buy this if we put a new skin on it again."
But I mean, like, what's the difference? I'm like, people
about-
buy the Master
Here's
Universe.
what you
Sorry.
think.
I think in a way they do. Like you got to think about it. Like back in the day, like they made a lot of money on Nintendo, Super Nintendo. What did they do just a couple of years back? What'd they make?
The
Super
mini?
The
NES
minis.
minis, yeah.
And those things were selling out so fast.
Oh, that's true.
Scalpers, man.
So it's like you also have to think about it. So the scalpers were making it worse, obviously. But I think obviously there's a little money on there, but in a way, I don't think they made enough of them either.
I don't think. I mean, obviously, video games are the only ones guilty. It goes back to movies, right? You remember
Yeah.
as a kid, you'd see whatever it is, The Little Mermaid, and then it'd come out on DVD, then DVD HD, and then DVD VHS this, and then this with
It's
this,
repackaged.
this with another ending. And now if you watch this thing, it has these special edition things.
Yeah.
Yes, Curtis.
I got a ding, ding, ding for a little bit. Sponsor time for
Oh.
PriceCharting.com.
I was
All
getting
right.
ready to get heated, and I'm going to throw a bomb down as soon as this is over. with.
Yeah.
I'm about to fight with somebody.
Yeah.
We're sponsored by PriceCharting.com. Awesome service. They're wonderful to us. They're a wonderful site. Almost doesn't even feel like a sponsor. What's one of the new features they wanted us to talk about?
They have a new mobile app that will be coming out soon. Like if you've ever used video game price charts, they have their website, of course. And then what I do is I put like a link to, that website on my
That is
phone.
huge.
But now they'll actually have an app.
And
Do you know
words
when it
are
might be
released.
coming out? Like, is it going to be
I
coming
think
out?
they said end of August.
End
Which
of August.
by the time this probably goes out is probably
Probably
here.
Yeah.
And
Which I'm excited for.
That's
because-
I think in the words of Donald Trump, that is huge. That is a
Huge.
big deal because it's an app,
Huge.
right? It's the easiest way to do
Easier
this
to
because for
use.
years we've gone to pricecharting.com, videogamepricecharts.com back in the day and searched it that way. But I think with this is the app, it's going to be the go-to, especially with what we said in the last one, categories, different things. I think it's going to replace. There's a lot you can do.
Like some features. Like,
There's
Probably
a
new stuff,
ton of things that you can do at Phoenix Resale, the king of reselling, dare I say. Maybe Chase was talking all about it, all hyped on it. So yeah,
he has the
Brad.
title, the king of reseller.
Not for long. We're coming up on like what 10K sales and whatnot in the year.
Oh yeah.
Say,
So are you the prince?
might be allowed to
Hey,
challenge
hey,
it.
hey, 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 hey,
Yo,
hey, hey.
get him.
The queen said, that was worse.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. So yeah, pricecharting.com. Check them out. Honestly, thank them so much for all of this and for sponsoring us. Curtis wants to jump in. Yes.
Yeah, I have another question, like kind of based on this topic. If we're going to still be on the same question.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm kind of angry right now.
No, yeah, no.
The more I
I mean,
think about it, the more I'm
but-
getting a little mad.
I think one of my questions is like a big toy line where they come out with like TMNT, Masters of the Universe, like they just redo the toy.
Yeah.
What does that take away the value from the vintage stuff?
It just, I mean, I get it, right? We're in that age, right? We're in a right now where we're at, they take your childhood things and they're just finding, hey, everybody who was a 7-year-old in the, whatever it is, in the 80s, now is an adult who has money and who can buy these things. And at some point, I love these things, but at some point, I start to roll my eyes at some of them, right? When I go to the swap meet and I see 17 different He-Mans, and I'll even say they trick you now. They'll trick you. I've bought TMNT figures quick at swap meets, thinking they were the original lines, realizing after they're not. They look almost, some of them will say like retro inspired or retro, but some of them like almost don't say anything to the glance, right? And I feel like obviously they're not, or maybe they're not trying to trick people. I don't know. But at some point when I go over and I see He-Man this, He-Man that, for 2014, 2016, 2017, 2019, I'm like, man, at what point does this lose its special feeling of being like, this is He-Man?
Do you accept that at your store, Chris? Like some of those
Garbageage.
The like new like retro replays and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from that stuff. We try to stick to the originals. But they are like even the He-Man figures are very much like a lot of those toys are just rebranded exactly. I mean, I guess I don't know. From a business standpoint, like if those companies are looking to try to make money, it sounds like basically like should they? Well, I guess I would say if they're a business and they're redoing that,
Well, of course, they're doing
like
it for money.
they're just looking for money,
Yes.
and if they know they can do it, if I was that business, would I do it? Probably.
What's so hard is I
Probably
get
would.
so mad about it, and I know I'm the first person to go buy all this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what is frustrating because it is nostalgia baiting, right? I mean, I could find, and I'm very easy to sell. Like I am very easy to sell. I just was on my run earlier, and I was listening to a review about Chipmunk Adventure, and he started talking about it. And within 10 seconds, when I stopped at a light, I literally went eBay and bought it. Like that. I was like, oh, I got to buy it. Nostalgia.
Got him.
I heard a song, and I was like, that's it.
Dude.
Now,
same thing
It was
with-
his listing too.
What about with like movies though? Like the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie that came out.
Super
It's like-
fire.
It's
Super
awesome. I loved it. I saw your like.
I'm so
went and watched
excited.
it. See,
You're a big
hyped
fan of
me up.
Mikey. He keeps saying he doesn't
I know.
watch his
Dude,
Mikey stuff.
Feeds just keep popping.
Dude, he doesn't even
I'm
watch.
sorry, bro.
He doesn't even watch Pixel
I mean,
Game Squad.
viral.
I'm sorry, bro.
Okay, so what about that?
But like it was like they started from the hole, the ooze goes into the sewer. I mean, it was a true rehash. Obviously
Yeah.
it's redone in a different art style, which was amazing.
So was it a retelling of one that's already been told, or was it
Kinda.
completely new?
I think it's kind of like a.
More or less.
It's kind of the same, but like they definitely changed up like the origins. Like not
But
the
that's
exact
not good.
origins. No. See, but like the thing is, it feels like that was the way it was supposed to be because like the voices are actually teenagers. And it makes a big difference, right?
It was the
Like, did
first
you notice?
time, honestly, I was like, wow, the turtles are actually teenagers. And then we were talking
And it
about the
felt good.
original
It felt
turtles,
good.
and I
you
was like,
guys trying to
Yes,
I
it's
think
better
we're
than
the-
any other older stuff. I
Whoa.
promise you. I
Alright,
will die on that
side
hill.
topic, but how old the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles seemed like they were like 30 years
Older,
old.
yes, exactly.
They were not teenagers.
All my
Once you-
TMNT fans out there who just felt the
Look.
disrespect of the original movie,
That was
I
disrespectful.
apologize to all of you guys. We are actual retro channel, just so you guys know.
Hey.
I apologize. on
You're
their
gonna
behalf.
feel that way at first, right? It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be like, I
was
can't
good.
believe he's saying that. I hate him.
But it is a straight
That's like saying
rebranding.
someone who has 40 years to remake a Beatles song and makes it better says it's better. The Beatles laid the groundwork and made it.
But
what
if
it
it's
was.
better, are you gonna say it's better?
No.
What
You're just gonna
was,
lie?
What if it was the kid,
No,
the
I've actually-
sons of the Beatles formed a group and they were better than the
They were pretty
original
decent.
Beatles?
I listened to Julian and Sean.
They already did that.
I checked.
No, because I've actually used this in music before. I think I even might have mentioned it. No, not on the show. I didn't. But I've used that before as an example. Not saying that it can't. Of course, it can technically be better, right? It can. But I'm saying like it's like when you take something that was already there and then it goes away 40 years. Of course, you can make it better. There's always, right? But I don't think those people have the same. Let's be honest. Seth Rogen doesn't have the brain capacity of the same people like Eastman and them who made this, who created it from ground. This is the characters, how they move, this talk, this, that, every bit of thing. And the new person gets to come along and reshift things around to make it a little bit better. And then it's, I agree. I've heard everybody say it's good. Everybody's seen it and said it's good.
I get the argument, because it is annoying when they change up something that you love and you're like, man, this is not the exact same story that I remember watching. But once you watch it and you're enjoying yourself, you're cracking
No, I'm
up.
not talking about the story at all. I don't
Or like the characters, whatever it is.
No,
you know,
not
like-
even characters. I'm talking about the ground, saying that it is better, like a music. Like, I don't think anybody in the world could redo a Beatles song where I'd be like, that's better than the original.
So do you
Because the
think-
original laid the groundwork for them
But
to just reshift.
there's like so many versions of like the Ninja Turtles too that it's kind of hard. Like,
No, I
to
get that.
Pick which one too.
And if I understand correctly, would you prefer that like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is left the way it is?
No.
And then nobody should touch it
No,
afterwards? No. Okay.
I like more, but I will never say it's better than the
Never say it's
original
better than-
material, right? Imagine I go to an art museum, a beautiful sculpture right there, but the clay's still wet. And the nose looks a little funny. I go, hold on. Make that. That's better. It's
called vandalism.
Still, I'm not better. I'm still not better than the guy who originally created it. In my mind. In my mind.
And you also destroyed art, so like you don't want to do that.
You said they destroyed art. You heard it first. You said they destroyed the TMNT movie. They destroyed
You
art.
physically
You
did it, though. In that story,
You
you-
said, I got him.
You were like, I went to an art museum and I went to go destroy art. Like,
I think the one thing that hurts me the most is like when they like mass produce Pokemon, like new stuff for it. I'm like,
How many Pokemon do they have?
dude, it's
many.
like 18th generation. I don't know what
They're-
it's on, Ren, but it's
I
like,
want to say 10,000. I might be wrong, but
man, I
it might
love,
be around
I
1,000
love the
plus.
first two
Seriously?
gens.
There's
man.
no
The
way.
1,000
the
plus
first
for
gen
sure.
was so good.
First gen and second gen are like the only ones I really, really like love the most. Like I want to get back into it, but then it's like, what is what is produced from 1995 to now?
But have you seen the 12th gen?
Dude, I don't
Because
know.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Dude, they're all like
Megazord.
they're basically all just crossover Dragon Ball Z characters now.
They're like humans now. They're
Yo.
like breeding with humans now.
How many
You know
different
that?
Power Rangers do we have now? Hasn't there been like
Oh yeah,
17, 20 something, 21 maybe? I might be completely off. I
There's
think
like
I watched
crossovers now too with like
Bro, they
like
crossed over with
TMNT.
they crossed over with TMNT back in the day.
and they look so cool.
That was a cool one,
I like them.
but the original was better.
Alrighty, guys, we're gonna transition to our next topic: ranking video game controllers.
Ooh, baby, this
okay.
is fun. I forgot we haven't done a ranking one. Curtis, can you pass me that computer, my good man? Don't let that HD cord pop out. All right, what we're gonna do here, boys, we're gonna take out a good old. I'm gonna bring my mic with me. A classic tier list over here, and we're gonna see Mikey. We're gonna be ranking. You'll see him on the screen,
Okay.
Mikey. Here we go. Right there. Look at that. Ready to go. Controllers. Mikey, why don't we start? S is
there
the
you-
best. F is the worst. Give us some. By the way, original TMNT is best TMNT. All right, and go on. What controller do you want to rank first?
Ooh, okay. Let me see. Oh man, I can't read. Okay, there we go.
Come on, bro. Ooh, babe, what is it? Pick one. Pick one.
Okay, you know what?
Yes.
I'm gonna pick one that's probably unpopular, but I just love it because I love it, like the system.
Mikey, we rank it after.
N64. N64.
All right, I'm
Let's-
going to let you start, Mikey.
Okay, let's put that one. I'm gonna put it on the A. It's ugly. It's not the most comfortable, but when I see it, I just get happy.
He's nice. He's nice.
Aww.
I like it. I
That's
like
nice
it.
of you. Did we
Except-
go to Chris? No, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's a C. It is uncomfortable, but the nostalgia hits. I love N64, but the
Oh,
Unexpected.
dude, the
I
controller
thought you were
sucks.
going S for sure.
No, I mean the controller
He's
sucks.
a huge N64
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, me too, bro. Me too.
Ricky?
Honestly, I am gonna give it an S. I love that
Wow.
controller.
Wow.
I stinking love that controller. There's no other way I'd want to play
Really?
Star Fox. To me that's the coolest way to play Star Fox. That little
That's
thing
true,
in the
yeah.
middle,
Yeah.
love it. Mario Kart, all the racing games, that's my favorite racing controller.
S.
S for me.
I, to this day, I swear on my life, still change and hold the controller different every time I pick it up. I don't know how I'm supposed to hold it, and sometimes it gets in my mind, and I always hold it differently than I'm supposed to. And whoever I'm with, some person will be like, oh, that's not you hold it, so I'll switch it. And someone else will be like, oh, that's not you hold it. And I never figure it out. I'm going to be honest,
It's okay.
I'm going D.
Yo, drag it down, dude.
And I love the N64.
I love.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love it, but the controller suck, dude.
I props to what it did in the revolutionizing of certain things and controller layout, Nintendo getting creative. D for me.
I had a message from a longtime customer today. They're like, I love the podcast, but man, you just keep hammering on N64.
No way.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But honestly, in my opinion on this one, I would give it I'd give it a B. I'm not that hard on it. And one thing that wasn't mentioned was I just love the colors. Like if you see this thing sitting there, like with the variety of colors, to me it's the prettiest looking controller.
It has a
does
good
have a-
stance.
It
It does
stands
have a
out.
good
The
stance. on
color
it.
schemes available are fantastic. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for sure. But functionally, I'm with you. Like I never knew which way to handle it. I'm like, what the heck? How do you use this thing? So I'd give it a B though.
In
Feel
Mario
like-
Party, when like
yeah.
the joystick, you had to
So
like,
where's
go like
that lay us? We had all the way high,
Dude,
low.
just keep it at like a C, dude.
It's
I
probably
was A. I was A.
B.
I said C.
I'd say between a B
Probably
and a
like
C.
B.
B and a C.
I'd say B-ish.
Yeah,
I'm
B-ish.
just going to grab one randomly. Atari 2600.
I'm out of this one.
Okay, Curtis is out. He's only Xbox and above. Ricky, why don't you start? Atari 2600.
I'm gonna give it a solid D.
Okay.
I mean, it was great when I played it, but at the same time, once I played it on the arcade, like let's say Pac-Man or something like that, I was like, dude, that controller's garbage. It does not, dude. It wouldn't read like when I remember playing it wouldn't read like left and right, especially like Pac-Man or Galaga. I'm like, dude, I can't play this.
I'm going to C with you, Ricky. As much as I want to love it for what it is, because I actually played a good amount of Atari 2600 games, and it to its credit, it does what it needed to do. But I never ever found myself, even in the future, or going back, like holding the controller and being stoked on what it is, on the comfortability of it. I guess it's not bad though, but it's just a C to me.
Chris is
I'm
going
going
S right now.
F on this one. I absolutely like.
I love it.
I just remember being so frustrated with this thing. It's not like a joystick where it had like micro switches in it. It's got like a weird ball inside there. You could never, like, you're yanking on it.
The video.
Yo, can we zoom in on that?
This is why you need to watch it on YouTube, guys.
Those motions.
They always broke too. Man, that to me, I just. hated
Dude, you
this
were
thing
rough
so
on some joysticks. Dude.
Serious. You're not supposed to sit on it.
Oh man. Does it only have one button? Because I've never used it.
That's all you got, dog.
He's so confused.
Yo, he can't
only
put-
one button?
Yes, sir.
Yo, he's just gonna be at random.
Bro, man, I'll give it an F then. I mean,
Yeah.
Ooh,
just
okay.
one button, bro. Like, come on, man. At least put two.
It's so simple. Why not?
This thing
It's
is like
too simple though.
this thing is sitting right at a solid E.
Yeah.
Chris, give me a number between 1 and 5.
3.
Oh, let me grab it over. NES controller. Ooh, this is maybe a little controversial one because everyone knows what the NES is, but it may not be the most. Curtis, what do you got over there? You're making fun of it over there. What do you got?
I got a C on it. Dude.
Oh my God,
We're
that's
good, we're
scared.
good.
Dude,
That
you're
We're
scared
good.
me to death.
messing with your
not
joystick,
good.
Again,
dude.
What was it?
Again, this is why you need to watch the videos. Donkey Kong just fell off. We brought up Nintendo and he got mad.
Mario won. Mario knocked
Donkey
him
Oh,
off.
Mario knocked him off just like an NES.
No, he didn't want
be
my answer.
careful.
It was
what's
gonna
your
be a
answer?
C. I didn't like it. Yeah,
Dang.
it's just too like
Go on.
too small for me.
That
You
is-
know what I
Oh.
mean? Yeah,
a lot of things that are too
yeah, I knew it. Hey, lean right into it.
All right, Ricky, what you got? NES.
I got an A on NES. I actually really enjoy this controller. Up, down, down, left, right, B, A, B. Select start.
Yes,
Wow.
Ricky. That was the multiplayer.
Yeah,
code.
say it into the mic next time. He's like saying it in his chest.
Over here. I'm sorry. So, but yeah, dude, I love that's probably one of my favorite controllers for like shooter games.
I will have to say too, when you said the Contra Code side note, I always say it that way too, as multiplayer.
Select
Select
start.
I never play it. at start.
Yeah.
Select stuff.
Okay, I guess we'll just go in a circle. I'm an A as well. The NES is, I'd say, one of the controllers that is the most basic. Obviously, it's perfectly squared or rectangular. But wow,
He didn't like what you
got
said,
the code.
dude.
there's a demon
They're getting
in there.
insulted, bro.
just leave it. Mario just jumped off the building. I think I have the most precision
Got you.
of a retro controller with that controller. That's where I perfected my art of side-scrolling and platforming.
For platforming, oh my gosh, yeah,
A.
it is so good. You went A?
A.
I'm going A as well. The only thing I didn't like about it was the hard edges to it, which they do later perfect that. So
Yeah.
A for me. But for platforming, man, it was just so good and so precise.
So precise.
I'm kind of biased because this was like the first one I ever used, like as a kid.
Be biased.
S.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
Stupid young Curtis bringing it down a notch.
Sorry, there's
Would
so
you
many
give it
good
a C?
controllers.
And I like the colors and everything that stands
I'm telling you
out.
right now,
Terrible.
there's so many better.
That's still a solid
Good
A though,
controllers,
because
so many
that's
better.
still a solid A. You had
Yo, can we
3
get
years.
the ad in there right now?
Next
All
after
right,
this.
all right, let's do it.
We gotta-
We gotta add it.
Yo, can we get it? Can we get it in there, guys?
All right, ready? We're doing another controller. Then we'll bring up pricecharting.com. All right, ready? I'm going for one of the big dogs, GameCube, which a lot of people do claim is the best controller of all time. Mikey, why don't you start, bro? You had a little giggle
I
going
honestly hate this controller.
on. Yo!
Because I love Smash Bros, but I hate playing Smash Bros with this controller.
That's like the exact argument of the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Well, hey, rest of the world, I'm with you. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna
Bro,
give it
be
a C.
brutal. No,
I'm gonna
be
give it a C.
brutal. If
No, I'm
you're-
gonna give it a C. I'm gonna give it a C because it's not like an ugly control. It stands out. I like the colors, so I'm gonna give it a C.
You're gonna tell me it's better than the not better than the N64?
Just like that. C for C-stick. Chris?
I actually really like it. I
Okay.
mean, it always felt comfortable in my hands. I like the little C stick. I mean, way better design than the N64.
The little C.
I would go. I'd give it a B plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it.
Ricky Sticky?
P plus.
Actually, I actually love this one for Smash. That's my favorite Smash controller. Okay.
Maybe that's
So-
why you're not that good.
I mean, to me, I guess this one's it's an A. It's a solid A.
That's a solid
I love it. I really do like it a lot.
It's interesting when I want to rate this one because I feel like I mostly love it for Smash.
Yeah, that's what I
don't
love.
necessarily like it does what it needs to do for other games, but I feel like it's not. I've always based this on like it's a great controller, but I think in my brain I was always just putting it with Smash Bros, which it's a great
It's true.
controller for Smash Bros. But I feel like for the rest of the console, I don't feel like I need it. Even though if the buttons and functionality do serve the game, it just never felt that dire to me. So for that, I think it'll bring it. I wanted to put it an A. I think for that reason, I'll have to put it down to like a B- or so. What's that put it at? Do you guys know?
I'm at an A with it, so.
Oh, you're a solid A?
Yeah, I got, like I said, I'm ranking these based on what I think.
A-, B+.
I got an A, so.
I like it. Okay, next one. Ooh, boy. The Sega Genesis 3 button. Dun, dun. Oh, Chris just looks heartbroken. I feel like Chris right now knows he has to talk bad about the Sega Genesis and he doesn't want to do it.
I did like Sega Genesis, but I did not like this controller at all.
Well, we're judging controllers today, so
yeah, such a terrible design. I forget. What did you have to do? Press
to start
to get it
to
switch
kick from kick to punch.
So terrible. I mean, the 6-button one was actually pretty functional. I did like the way this felt in my hands, though, but that was just terrible. D, brutality.
Dang.
Curtis?
I'm D. I'm just going to simple as that.
Straight up,
dude.
Ricky Sticky?
D, dude. It's a D.
D.
Mikey?
I never used it, so F.
Oh,
Dang.
boy.
So do we have to void
couldn't
it?
afford it at that
I've never
time.
used it, but I'm still going to say F.
I love that we're letting him rank it and he's never touched it. And he got
We normally always passed. Just like, no,
people laughing, too.
Let me bring
He's
it down.
I'm gonna go C as well too, just for the reason of 3 buttons in the era of 6 buttons, which to its credit came out before the Super Nintendo. So I guess they weren't necessarily fighting with multiple more buttons. If anything, it probably felt like an advancement above Sega Master System NES. So I get it, but like you said, even playing games like Street Fighter, we have to press start to switch.
They were probably like, dude, what can we do to make it two buttons better? Let's make it 3.
Curtis, by the way, this is just landing
Upgrade.
this is landing at a solid D, but Curtis was literally jiggling with excitement over there for us to do the sponsor for PriceCharting.com. If you find controllers at the swap meet, check out PriceCharting.com for all your needs and desires. All right, Chris, what's our look at Chris looking at the phone. He's going to tell us. It's all right, bro. You can pull out your phone.
I have some notes. Yeah,
What's the note? What's the note on this one?
So we're going to talk about, in addition to going on there, you can search, of course, but
Yeah.
they do have subscriptions. They actually signed us up for them. I know.
Oh yeah, I got
Yeah,
you. Get it?
used
Yeah,
it,
so
yep.
I did it. So there's some very cool features with the subscriptions. It's $6 a month. You can get such things as you can get an entire lot value calculator. You can track the value of your items going up or down with price change icons. You can get unlimited collection folders. You can get an eBay deal scanner, which lets you know if items are listed on eBay below market price. I actually got a notification for this one. I guess I was watching an item, and it let me know, like, oh, there's a really cheaply priced item on there.
That's cool.
So I was like, that is super awesome.
Wow, that's great. I think the subscriptions too is really important for people who take collecting or reselling at any level of seriousness.
And I didn't
right?
realize that I was on it today on my subscription, and you can actually sell on price charting. You can put your item up for sale.
What?
Yeah.
Can?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
It used to
We're
be
all looking
able
at
to do
Curtis
that.
like, are you sure you can do this, Curtis?
Dude, I looked it up and I was like, wait, you can
Sponsor comes
sell.
back. That can't happen, guys.
Delete
I
it.
was on it and it said sell your video game, like sell something, and I was like, oh, that's pretty sick.
That was an ad, Curtis. No, I'm just kidding. I do not know. I'm not speaking for that one. Oh, Ben came in
Oh,
before
Ben
you.
verified it.
Verify me.
And Ben's, I will dare say Ben's the smartest one. He's the only one not in here right now. Ben, we love you. The smart man
Wait, so
over
you
there.
can sell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can add, you can show your collection. You can like basically look at other people's collections too to see like where things are at, and it's kind of awesome.
So make sure to check out PriceCharting.com. All right, but the next controller, ready? I'm not even going to look. Mikey, I'm just going to pull my... Ready? Okay, I'm in the area right there.
Pull what?
I grabbed, oh boy, the PlayStation. And I will say on this one, this can count as PS1, 2, or 3. They're all
Okay,
kind of
cool.
in that same realm. Somebody rank it before I spew on it.
I'm at a B.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm at a B. I like it. I like the fit for PS2. It was just something that like I didn't like as they went up more. They didn't like they lost comfortability for me. Like I like the PS2 size and PS1 when they remade it. So
Okay.
that's what I like.
Yes, Ricky? I don't know where.
This sucker's a D. I feel like
Whoa.
I always felt like I was gonna get carpal tunnel using this controller. It's to me it's like one of the worst controllers.
To follow off Ricky, I think the PlayStation controllers are some of the worst controllers ever made in the history of gaming. I
think-
hate them. I hate the way they feel. Call of Duty is garbage with these, and that was prime Call of Duty days. What in the side-by-side analog sticks?
I couldn't do it,
poop.
dude.
Your tip of your thumbs hit each other when you're going dual sticks.
First of all, you're probably back in the
What
NES
kind of-
days doing this.
No.
Thumbs? How big are your thumbs?
We have man hands.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm a guy. Xbox 360. Think about the competitor to it. They're offset. Your thumbs are in different spots. They're not going to hit each other.
So-
I hated this controller. F minus D minus burn it. We're at a church. Send it to hell.
Yo, so it's bigger thumbs, bigger problems?
Shut up, Chris.
I liked it. I liked it.
Man, I never had any of those problems with this controller. I actually really like this one a lot. That's so crazy. You went D, F?
Yeah. What you got, bro? Don't try to give it an S to be like mocking us.
I think I would put it up there at S.
Liar!
I would legit put it.
Lying
I know.
sack of
I
crap.
really
It is
would.
comfy.
I swear to God.
Liar.
I love this
I don't get it.
controller. It's one of my favorites.
I
It
could
really is. No joke. I loved it. Like, I like the dual stick. My thumbs never hit.
You weren't playing aggressively enough.
I don't know what kind of
I don't
games
know.
you're playing.
Like,
But I love the.
Oh, sorry,
I
I
love
was
the,
doing speed runs.
I don't know. I love the whole layout. It felt comfortable to me. So A or S. I would give it. Maybe I'll give it an A. I'd go A on it.
That's because you said you were playing single player games at the time. You're not a multiplayer guy, so you weren't playing competitively.
I was not smashing on it. No.
I would give it a. You know what? I think I'm gonna give it a solid B plus
Okay.
because it's never bothered me. It's pretty comfortable to me. It's pretty comfortable. I've used it a lot. B. I don't want to say higher than that because there's another control that I like more than that.
That's
So
why I
why
held
I'm
off
gonna
on
leave
the
it.
B S
I went
DD.
A. I went
Oh,
A.
B A
DD,
D F.
B.
He did F.
C.
That's a C, dude. That's
Solid.
a
That's
C minus.
Thank goodness.
Dang, dude. You guys
solid
hate on the
C.
PS2.
Get that
What did you give it
trash
for
I gave it a
down
B.
there.
I gave it a B.
Oh, so it's higher than that. It's actually like a B plus.
No, I said F and he
no.
said D.
F and
And
D.
he said A and B.
Yeah,
That's not gonna raise
still
it.
doesn't
That's like-
get-
it's
that
like
doesn't
a
raise
C
it.
Oh,
plus,
there's an
C
E
plus.
in there.
It's a B minus.
You guys are trash.
It's a
balls.
C. Leave it at C.
Let's leave it a little obscure. Turbo graphics. Ricky.
I love the console, but this controller, it's a B. I don't hate. I don't.
That's a
love
good
it,
rating.
But I don't hate it. I like it.
I'm a solid B on the Turbo as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a great controller for what it is. I don't love it as much as the NES. The buttons feel a little more widespread out.
Yes.
But I like it.
I was always confused when I was using this one. Does to run, right? Doesn't it say start then run?
Yes.
Select or run.
Run.
Select and run.
Like run the program.
Yeah.
Oh, it was run the program.
Think about it. PC Engine.
Right. D
Nice.
for me. I didn't like it.
Wow. Okay. Mike, did you ever play it?
Hey, I'm gonna.
I
remember
never
that.
used it.
Here we go.
So
I
I'm gonna
never
give
used
it an F.
Oh, stop it.
I'm trying to put all the retro controllers.
There are some diehard Turbo people. I've never played it, but
Okay.
there's some diehard Turbo
Oh,
people
crap.
out there, dude.
I think that
They're gonna
puts
be mad
it-
at me.
I think
I'm
that-
sorry, guys. I just never used
I
it.
think it's like a low B. is
it's
what
the most
kinda rated
expensive
at.
thing to collect
What?
for sure.
How's that a
No,
little B?
Neo
He gave
Geo.
it a
That
D,
too.
right? You gave it a D.
gave it a
I gave it an F.
Yeah,
He's like,
ask Ben,
it's a B
Neo
plus.
Geo.
Fine. C minus.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Here we go.
Almost
Dreamcast.
A.
Ooh, A. Solid.
Yep.
Ricky?
I'm between an A and an S on this. I love it. I love the Dreamcast controller so much. I'm gonna give it an S because I know someone's gonna poop on it, so I'm gonna give it S because I love it.
Mikey?
I'm gonna give it a B because I love the Dreamcast, but the control it wasn't the comfiest, so I'm gonna give it a B. But
Yo.
I like it because it's Dreamcast.
That was hilarious. Under his breath, Chris goes, yes.
I was counting A, S.
What do you got?
I actually like this one. I do. I thought it was pretty unique.
Well, the
the
VMU
VMU
was
was
huge.
huge. That was such a cool concept. I'd give it a solid B. I liked it.
I'm a solid A on it. I really like the Dreamcast control. It's one of those things I always say you need to look at it in perspective of when you played it, right? I never had a complaint about it. It's easy to look back and then criticize, versus.
I
so
recently used it, that's why, and I was like, oh god.
I think that puts it at like an A, right?
Yeah.
Dude, when
I
you
give
guys
it a B.
brought,
I
when
give
you
it a
guys
B.
brought up something cool about the Dreamcast controller that I didn't even think about, I think one of the podcasts that thumbstick controller does not wear, and I love
Well, because it's
that.
not like it's like a hard plastic.
It's so good.
It's not gummy. All right, we only have a few minutes on this, so we're gonna kind of speed. Ready? If anybody talks trash on this, I'll find you when you're sleeping. Sega Master System controller. Chris. All right, Mikey.
I don't think you want to ask
All right,
me.
Curtis.
No comment, dude. You can,
Ricky.
might be
I'll
the
give it
best.
a B. It kind of reminds me of the Turbo Graphics controller, so I'm gonna give it a B.
I'll give it a C. It was a little bit better than the Turbo, not as good as the NES.
Okay.
C.
I would give it a. I never used it. I never
No,
used
you
it.
cannot. Then you stay away from my Sega Master.
F. If I didn't use it, it's an F.
I'm gonna say A only because in my childhood when I played it, I adapted to it very well. Like I didn't have any issues. The D-pad is technically like an all-around circle, so it's a little bit different. But I think once you got used to it, it made it feel.
No, it looks cool. It looks cool.
Was it smaller than an NES controller?
It's pretty
I want
accurate
to say it
to
was
it.
pretty small, right?
It is a small controller though.
Yeah. Rapid
Where did that
fire.
put it? Like a B? Curtis really wants us to go rapid fire right now. All right, ready? Curtis, for you guys, everybody. No other words. Ready? Just your grade. Super Nintendo controller.
Ooh.
B.
S. They
A.
perfected the NES controller.
B.
S.
S.
What?
It's a B, dude.
Super Nintendo controller tattoo.
More nipple in that.
Dude, he just wanted to read to show his chest.
S
Demonetized.
all the way.
Okay.
S.
Amazing, fantastic
Yeah,
controller.
It could be an
waiting
S too.
for
It
it.
could be an S.
Yeah, S 100%. Ricky?
S.
It'll be skewed. And mine's B.
S.
I brought it
He
down.
showed me his nipples,
What was
so
yours?
it's S.
S.
Oh, wait, what's yours?
A.
Dang it, Mikey. We almost had 4 S's.
All right, you
I
showed
was
me.
a B.
No, stop
you,
it.
You
I was
showed
a
a little
B.
bit of nip,
Curtis
so
snaps
S.
it.
Curtis shouldn't be allowed to grade like retro stuff.
Oh.
Cut him off at
It's still
2005.
number 1 right now.
It's still number 1. All right, ready? We got to go faster. Wii U, controversial one. Nunchuck.
Can I go on this one?
Yes.
F.
Idiot.
I hate it.
Ricky?
I'm gonna go B. I actually really, I enjoy it. I kind of enjoyed it. I really liked it.
Hated it.
B plus for sure. I think it was
Oh my God.
stellar.
F minus for me. The worst controller, all of them.
Really?
Despise this.
Worse
thing.
than the PlayStation garbage?
No, that's so good. This is
Mid-low trash, dude.
Mid-low, way low
Mikey?
trash.
I had some fun with it. I'll give it a C.
Come on,
because
dude,
it
we
was
bowling.
weird.
Yo, let's
Huh?
go.
No, see, that's the only reason I gave it a C.
Ask the grandma's houses, all right? They all love this control. That
That's
puts it at like a
solid
C.
D.
D?
Solid D.
Don't try to influence me to drop. It's a solid C. All right, last one. Xbox 360.
S.
Ricky?
It's an S. It's stellar.
It's an S.
I gotta go S too. I think it's the
The
best controller.
only
The only S I was gonna give today to that
Yeah, it
controller.
wins it.
I was waiting for
I
the
think-
Xbox also.
All right, so how do we end this one?
we say what was the best. Number one by far and large was the Xbox 360 controller. That's a very good controller, but down low at the bottom, just beating out the Sega Genesis 3 button, the Atari 26.
Yo,
Sorry,
What
Atari.
button,
yo, we got time to squeeze another one, right?
Yeah, what time is it? We got time?
Yes, sir. All right, so we're gonna transition to our next topic. Fan mail videos are just for more gifts.
Oh boy. Oh, I don't know if we had another time for that, Curtis. It's
Yeah,
5:56.
Yeah, we can get like a 12 to.
This
You know.
guy's still to be at home at 6.
Yeah, I've been looking at the time for him. He's good.
I confirmed.
Yeah, I've been looking at the time. So
I'll walk off.
We're gonna walk off mid. All right, this is more of a questionable topic, controversy. People are gonna hate this one. The title may seem a little clickbaity, which probably it is. Thank you for clicking. Sometimes when you see certain YouTubers do videos about mail, right? Like, I think there's a huge difference between community mail videos, like, yo, this channel 2271 Chris sent me this game. Awesome. Thank you so much. But I do know there is a lot of hate, and this isn't me saying me hating it. This is just, I've noticed this comment a lot, is people hating those topics where people do videos where it's them in a truck full of items of mail and going, hey, I got mail in here. And during the video, they're like, I'm unboxing 48 packages for my fans. Please don't send me more. I don't want more packages.
But here's my P.O. box.
But here's my P.O. box, and I'm going to keep doing these videos. Do you think there's any like smarminess in that? Do you think there is intent of people wanting more stuff? Or do you, again, like I said, there's a huge difference between the community videos, like my homie sent me one, versus like my fans sent me this P.O. box down below. And do you think if it is smarmy, is it wrong to want to do that?
You want to go first or I go first?
You go.
I think it depends how you open the video. Like if you start the video like how you said, they're like, oh man, please don't send me any more. But here's like 20 packages I'm gonna open up. Let's see what's in it. I think if you're like more thankful about it, like in the beginning and depending how you say it, like there's fans that kind of appreciate like being acknowledged too, you know? So it's like if you're acknowledging every single person, like you open it in like a humble way, then I think it's fine because people want to get acknowledged too, you know? It's like I sent them a gift, they saw it, and they actually opened it and they cared. That's cool.
now, do you think that it's like if they don't open it on camera, does it really affect the overall
No.
overwhelming part about it. You know what I mean? Like if you don't shout
No,
'em
especially
out,
if you're getting like 100
Bro.
things, then it's tough like to open every single one.
Right.
But like let's say like you only like you have 2 packages and you're like, oh, you know what? Like let me open them up and like let's see what's in there. I think it's fine. I don't find it as annoying as I should probably, but
Ricky, I'm curious what you think if you have an opinion because I know you have to go soon. I want to get you in.
I don't like this one. I don't really. I mean,
it's a tough subject.
it
for
is a
sure.
tough one. It's a
But-
tough one.
I would say like, what's your initial reaction when you get a gift, and then like, and what if it was
Well, that's a different.
That's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah, like
different
when
than a video dedicated.
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
Yeah, like I don't know. I kind of like the way Mikey put it. Like if you kind of like acknowledge it and that kind of stuff, like do that kind of stuff, it seems like it's kind of nice. But I don't even dig those kind of videos. I'm sorry.
yeah, me neither.
Now I'm
I
very
don't
curious
dig
to
it.
see what Riff thinks.
Yeah.
So,
I don't dig those kind of videos either. They're not my thing. But I will say, like, I do like. It's weird because it's such a double-edged sword because when you're the whole point of giving a gift, right, is you want to bless somebody, right?
Yeah.
So there's a sense of humility in that. Like you want to bless someone else. You're not looking for something. You'd rather give than receive. But there also is that tendency that some people have too, where like I gave, but I also kind of want to see my name in the video now. So it
Yeah.
also kind of takes away a little bit of that humility of like
We've had a few of those.
I'm like, it takes away that feeling of like, I just want to do it just to bless. I know like Ben, who's sitting back there, is a huge giver. He loves to give gifts. That's like something he does. But I will say he's never done it even like wanting the camera around or like, hey, make sure you shout me out or this or that. It's always like,
like put me on
No.
camera.
Yeah.
no,
pri-
trust me. I mean, Ben's one of the biggest givers I've
He
ever
really
known.
is.
Like
He
he
is.
literally surprised me with a Switch because I let him use my truck, and I was like,
Yeah.
didn't even need it, and
Yeah.
it was just like,
But he never expects anything.
no, and
He doesn't
yeah,
even
and that's
Yeah,
what's
that's the thing.
amazing.
no.
Yeah.
And and even me, like back in the day, early YouTube, like when I probably just started a YouTube channel, remember like sending Billy something from Game Chasers, and like I had no like, there was no like fan mail videos out, so there's no expectancy of me getting something back. It was me knowing, hey, he wanted the box for the original GameCube, so I wanted to get it to him, so I got it to him. So it's a weird thing because I think there's something so precious and special about those community ones. You know, it's a guy at a table. Hey, you won't believe this guy sent me. It blew my mind. It means the world to me. It's really special. And I still don't think there's anything wrong with those bigger, grandiose videos of like, I got a million things. That's awesome. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The big hate for a while, and I've seen it in the community, there was a lot of hate for a lot of YouTubers doing those videos. They're just trying to get more packages. They're just trying to get this and that. I don't know. Maybe they were, but at the same time, also maybe they were just trying to make a fun video with surprises, which a surprise element makes a good video, and at the same time get to acknowledge your fans, your people who
Yeah.
watch you. So I think there's more layers to that.
Yeah, like I don't think like the intent is like, all right, man, I'm gonna open up all these packages that people sent me because I want more. I think it's just because like they're like, you know what, I have all these packages, I might get something cool in there.
Yeah.
And let's get it on video and let's acknowledge the people.
I guess
So like different ways of looking at it.
Are
I
there
feel like.
creators that go like, hey guys, can you send me something for a PO unboxing so I can title it PO unboxing by my fans? Have people
I don't
done that?
think
See,
so.
that would be annoying. It's kind of
I mean, I've
bro, come
seen
on.
streamers do it. Like,
Well, I will say I'll speak to one example I have. I've edited Retro Rick's a couple. He's only done a couple like fan mail videos.
Yeah.
But he never, again, as his editor, when he was sending me the footage, he never approached it as like, hey, I want to do this. I'm hoping to get some good clicks on it. If anything, he was like, dude, this is like super cool. Like, people have sent me this stuff. It's unbelievable. It's really humbling. I want to open it,
Yeah.
for the community. By the way, I hated editing that video. But I only say it because it was so long.
yeah.
So
It's so
long
many
for an
things
editor.
he got.
So many things. I was like, oh my gosh, it's hard to make it as interesting each opening. But I get it. Reading the letters, it's really special for the community in that sense. You can walk out while we're talking.
Yeah,
Ricky.
anytime.
I
I'll
don't wanna
get your
you in
stuff.
trouble. I'm
Nah,
gonna
bro,
walk
nah,
out,
man.
Ricky.
Yeah, I'll get your stuff,
Ben,
dude.
walk
Don't
in
worry.
here for the last 5 minutes. Ben.
Ben.
The best part is Ben's wearing a Pixel podcast
Yeah,
hat right
dude.
there.
And we only have a few left.
They're probably gone.
Yeah,
there was
you
only
think
two
so?
left at the
Yeah.
time of filming. Yeah.
Nice.
Dang, yeah, we're
Ben,
have a good time.
You're a huge giver. You're up, Ben.
First time
What,
doing
what
it.
makes
make me blush.
What makes you want to be a giver?
Like I'm just a really huge fan of you guys, and I recognize good people, And I've learned that good people are freaking priceless. So if you can get those good people in your life, show them a little love.
Ben has been one of those guys. Yeah. Ben and Curtis have been those like two guys that kind of came in like out of nowhere and just kind of came in like crucial to like the functionality of like the squad,
that's awesome.
as we say.
Yeah.
But and Ben like
guys.
isn't just like a hey or Curtis either. Like, let me just give you a gift and peace. It's like, let me give you a gift and now do you need help on whatnot tomorrow?
Help
Oh, do you
on
need
a
help
lot of
moving?
different things.
Oh, do you need help with this?
That's
Oh,
priceless right there. Bro.
yep.
Good friends. Yeah.
Good job.
That's the definition of good friendship.
It really is.
I actually love the topic because it was Ben's topic. This one was Ben's topic right here.
Ben every time after we game hunt where we go to eat and we sit at the table and Ben pulls out a list of topics
It's
and
our
we put
favorite.
our hands sideways and we either give him a thumbs down or thumbs up if it was a
You
good
got
topic
a
or not.
thumbs up.
Dude,
Ben.
Dude, he's got a couple of thumbs up coming, which I love. Like, 'cause it's one of our favorite things. We're at breakfast, like, all right, it's Ben time.
Yeah, here we go. How's the subject?
You know, there is a funny video
maybe.
clip, which I don't really have an opinion on it either way. I think what you guys said is pretty relative to the giving. But there's a funny clip with Ringo Starr speaking of the Beatles.
Beatles.
I don't know if you've ever heard this, but he's basically like, he's opening packages or he's gotten a ton of mail. Of course, he's Ringo Starr. And he's like, to all my fans out there, please, I'm asking you with peace and love.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Do not send me any more packages. I cannot open them all. Please. Peace
my
and
God.
love.
Yeah.
And it's like really hilarious. Like he's appreciative. He's trying to be.
But he's trying to be endearing about
He's
like,
I can't handle all this. But of course, it's Ringo Starr with
Yeah.
the packages. He's
There-
probably getting a million of them.
There was that instance where one of the vendors had bought out a locker of a famous sports athlete, and it was all fan mail. The whole storage locker was just fan mail. People sending him baseballs.
To the beat.
I think it was something Brown. But it was
Somebody kept them all, whoever it was.
Chris Brown?
It was no.
Brown.
James Brown?
It was a baseball player, but literally there was just baseball gloves, his cards, everything. Like, it was just like, hey, can you sign this for me and then send it back?
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of over demanding of the thing.
Yeah.
So
I
he was
mean-
obviously appreciative of all that stuff that he got.
and I'm saying,
No, well,
like,
yeah, but he had to put it in storage. There was so much.
so much.
You know
That's
what I mean?
Ringo Starr was saying. Please,
and
no
they never
more.
got it back. They're like,
I'm not
could you
saying-
send that back sign, please?
Like, you eventually
never
get
get
to
it
that
back.
level where it's like, when is it too much? And
It
like,
can become hard.
And how much can you accumulate?
we're not there. I will say that definitely.
Yeah.
But we appreciate every single gift that comes through. Is like, if I like to talk to the people, hear why
And you
they
guys
bought it.
do. I've seen it behind the scenes. You guys legit appreciate it. You're not just doing it in front of the camera.
Well, I have to say it. One of my favorite gifts of all time has been from this man. I don't even know if I told you what he did.
What?
Dude, when we hit 100K, this freaking guy, we go to to Ricky's house. There's like 57?
Something like that.
57 individually wrapped gifts. And I'm like, what is all this?
It's gonna make me sound weird.
No, it was the coolest gift
It
I've
was cool,
ever
dude.
been given.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it took a lot of time for you to do that. There's so much that went into that it's more than not.
It was
weird.
over a couple months.
Yes.
I start opening these gifts. It was right after we hit 100K. Did I tell you?
You told me, yeah.
I start opening
was
the
pretty
gifts and I'm
impressed.
like, I don't really catch like what it's like a game here.
There was a theme
a
to the
shirt
whole
here,
thing.
and this and that. And maybe a quarter of the way through, I realized he went and rebought everything we looked at and bought in the original first episode of Retro Liberty.
What?
And gifted that to us for 100K.
That's dope.
That was like,
and,
cool, man.
and not even that. Everything they looked at
and we wore things that
and-
were in B-roll footage.
dude.
It sounds like super creepy a little
No,
bit that I did that.
No,
But that
it
was
was
cool,
not.
bro. Dude,
But, like,
cool. Is
Ben is
It's
a
unique.
huge fan of you guys. Like, I'm like he's not just a friend and all that. Like, he loves you guys. He even bought your guys' like the photo of you guys in the wood grain.
Yeah,
Remember
on
that?
Whatnot, we sold one of our like prize items, which was like an item, actually probably the only item that stood the test of time through the shed. And it was like a wood grain image of Ricky and I back in the day. And he bought it.
That's dope.
Like he was bidding on it. I'm like, Ben, oh my gosh, this guy's the one bidding on it.
and we have to show appreciation to people like that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Now I know this is a little more. I think we have a little bit like couple minutes.
Okay.
When do you think it might be okay to get rid of gifts when you get them?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I've seen people get hate on that online,
Yeah.
big time. I'm not going to name names, but I've seen it before in the past where a YouTuber will get gifts and they have to get rid of it. I think it comes down to the level of each creator. If you're a mega creator and you're getting all these gifts, you can appreciate them. We're not there at that level, but I can understand if you're starting to have to rent storage units, right? And this stuff is becoming the idea of the gift is the humbling part, but it's almost not about the item at that point. What we've done on obviously a smaller level is when it's like a double or something we don't need, like on Whatnot, we're like, we don't want to sell the item that someone gave it because it's precious to us. But if at some point it's lost, you know, the room for it or where it is, trading it to someone in the community, giving it to someone in the community, doing something that's more in the ecosystem without making you feel like you're doing, you know, something. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't sit right with you. Like, I'm not gonna sell that. That's horrible.
I was about to say that too. If it's like a double or something, I think it's okay because but try to sell like the one that like you had.
Yeah, exactly.
And then keep the one that that was given to you.
And you'll even get people when they give stuff, they say that, like, hey, like, don't know if you have this, totally cool, to whatever, do whatever you want with it.
I try to keep the stuff because like there's been a few things that like I don't even really collect and I got it as a gift and people ask me like, hey, are you selling that? Like, oh no, I can't sell that because, you know, it was a gift.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, like I don't be getting gifts like that. But like the few items that I do have, I try to keep them because it's special to me. You know,
Yeah,
like
sure,
people, like they took their time, they took their money to get you something, so you got to appreciate it.
Last one I'll say, there's this guy at conventions that comes every year, and it's so cool. He started off one year, a picture of me and Gabo, took a picture of his kids with us, came back with the next year of that one in a printed out and framed, took another picture about that, came back the next year with a picture of them holding the picture.
Picture inception.
Every year,
Dude,
it's just
great.
That's
growing.
awesome.
One of the coolest gifts. Anything from kids.
And at the swap, we got Pogs, the Slammers.
Someone made custom Pogs of us with
What?
our faces on them.
Those.
Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
wrong.
seen those yet.
I will say the best gifts, not quite literally, but meaningful to me is always when it's kids. When a dad comes like, dude, my kid loves this one little girl, like bought me a Stranger Thing. That's always me when I'm like, dude, that's rad.
Your son, I think it was Brixton.
Yeah.
He wrote me that letter because he had come to the shop and he had I don't know, I hooked him up with something
Pokemon.
at the time. Yeah. I any letter I've ever gotten from fans, or I don't know if I'd call him a fan,
Yeah.
but it was a letter. They all hang in the back of my shop.
Yep.
And I think he drew a little picture of like Pikachu on there or something.
Cute.
But I always save that stuff.
That's
What a heartwarming
That's
segment this has been.
Yeah.
What an
And-
opposite of the other
And I'm
ones.
telling you, you definitely, every time somebody comes up to Riff at a convention or even like out swap and they give him something, he is so appreciative. Like he's
Absolutely.
the same person. Like while you meet him, he's just amazing. So I'll just tell you that. Like he
feel
doesn't.
Fuzzy inside.
You should.
You felt something.
You should.
Not ice.
Alrighty, alrighty, and we're gonna
Guess.
wrap this little sentimental segment up. All the audio podcasts will be linked in the description on the YouTube videos. And like I said, we're reaching 100K downloads, and we appreciate you guys all for tuning in.
And thank you to PriceCharting.com as well for the sponsor.
PriceCharting.com.
All right,
Go use it
bye,
right
bye
after
everybody.
this.
Adios. Thank you, Ben,
Yeah,
for joining. Too.
yeah.
Last minute rock star.
Dude, let's do it.